loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the magnificent Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where today you're not just watching tennis, you're witnessing a new engagement model, a new competition model for the sport. And today we're gonna have Atlanta versus the Challenge team, and I'm gonna be your host for today. I'm JYL Bonet. Our co-host is gonna be Jonathan Stokey, and right now I have the Atlanta coach sitting next to me, Hannah Keeling. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Now, we're excited to have you joining us, and we're going to get straight into the rules that fans are going to need to know for today's action. And we'll start off with that this is a team format league. 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. How's that going to work? We're going to have men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, and all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. Now, the host team, Atlanta, gets to choose who starts out first, and it is going to be the men's singles leading us off. But what's going to make this very different than anything you've ever seen before is substitutions. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions throughout the whole day, so if a player gets hurt or sick, they can take a seat, their teammate jumps in, the clock keeps rolling, the show goes on. To spice things up, players are going to get 1 serve and 1 toss only. If they win the point, they get to serve. Only 14 seconds in between points. And when you combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very little towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time. Thanks to our friends at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. And when we get down to the scoring of it, it's going to be as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. That's it. No sets, no games, just non-stop action where every point counts. Hannah, what do you think about all these rules?
Oh, I think it's incredible. It adds a whole new spice to tennis, a whole new intensity to tennis, puts them under that pressure where it's make or break instantly, every single point. I think it's just absolutely amazing.
Well, and you also have a lot of experience coaching teams, not exactly here, but, you know, head coach over at Georgia Gwinnett College. A lot of success there, but how do things change here? Right.
I think, you know, because of the format and how quick it is with the points, if you're not ready on return, you have to be ready. They can serve at any time. You have no room to lose focus, concentration, to drop intensity at all. So it's straight from the get-go, you know, you have to step up and perform.
And I imagine the training changes as well. You don't do your normal type training. The fitness is a little different, right?
Yeah, you know, you don't have any time for any breaks at all. You know, straight away, the timeouts definitely will help, and the substitutions, if you notice someone, you know, needs that break and I can sub somebody in to maintain momentum in the points, I think that's crucial in this type of format.
Yeah, and when we talk about timeouts and substitutions, I mean, how cool is that? Because when you think about, you know, where you're used to coaching in college tennis, sometimes one of your players is just having a bad day, and you can kind of tell it's just not going to work out, but there's nothing you can do.
Right.
Here, you can change that.
You can change it, and I think that's the super exciting part about this format, and you essentially will never lose intensity because you have that option to replace someone if they need a little bit of a break or things aren't going the right way, and someone is fresh on the side of the court ready to go.
And then we talk about true team format. How cool is it to have everybody on the bench together?
Love it. I love it. You know, we want that team environment, something, you know, being part of tennis. You don't get that often, only in college sports. So to have this on that pro scale is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and then just, you know, what's been really cool for me to see, you know, is everybody together.
Yep.
Not just on the court, not just in practice. You know, we're seeing team photos, we're seeing them eat lunch. How important is that to a player when they're playing to feel like they're not alone?
Huge, huge. You know, tennis, you grow up alone the whole time. You're out there at tournaments alone. So to have this and have that, the team concept and seeing all the different teams, not just Atlanta, be, you know, united is fantastic.
So let's talk about your team now.
Yep.
You know, you have Raul Garcia, Kevin King, Salma Ewing. You know, talk to us. You know, Kevin King, Atlanta local.
Amazing, yeah.
What's it been like to have somebody with his experience on the team?
Huge. You know, he's going to be a key player for us, you know, throughout the season, but starting this weekend. He's used to that pressure, those moments, and I know, you know, he's going to be a leader on the team this weekend for sure. So can't wait to see what he can do out there today.
Yeah, and then talk about Tanya as well and Ava, the doubles power that they give you.
Yep. Yeah, I know Tanya and Ava, they're some studs in doubles, so it's going to be exciting. And really exciting for me to have the privilege of subbing them in because, you know, all three of those girls are ready to step up at any time and to play with each other. I think it's just going to be super exciting for the spectators for sure.
Well, super exciting for us to get a few minutes with you before you match.
Yep.
You got to go to work now,
yes,
and
ready.
We'll continue on here. And when we come back, we're going to have our co-host Jonathan Stokey talking to us about what brings him here tonight.
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, it's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you gotta know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches, men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
One toss, one serve. Once the ball is in the air, you gotta hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm going to keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome everybody to the cutting edge Intense Arena, where we have a brand new modernized version of tennis for the sport, and we have Atlanta taking on the challenge team in today's historic opener, and I get the privilege of bringing on our guest commentator today, Jonathan Stokey. Welcome.
Hey, JY, man, I couldn't be happier to spend a couple hours with you watching tennis in that beautiful arena with an exciting new scoring format.
When you talk about this exciting new format, tell us like one of your 2 favorite things that you're really looking forward to today.
I'm a tactician at heart, so the 1 and the 2 pointers, I'm going to see what people try to do to increase the odds that they'll hit a clean winner, while also reducing the risk of giving up 2 pointers to their opponents. So I think that's going to be a super interesting dynamic that each player is going to have to kind of feel out for themselves.
When you talk about you being a tactician and all this, and I think one of the coolest parts is for a lot of us doing new things, trying new things. It's a lot more fun, brings some fresh energy, some fresh life. I saw you trying out a new sport in padel a couple days ago, but now we get to play and watch this new sport that we love, but a different way. How cool is it to have something new, but that's also so familiar?
Exciting and fresh is key, and maybe that's just modern society, but you know, on my YouTube channel, I'm constantly preaching, hey, let's just be simple cross-court, let's play high-heavy, let's let someone miss. in this exciting league, you're going to have to see people take the action to their opponent. They're going to have to come to the net more. They're going to have some two-pointers, and they're going to have to play quickly, especially when they're down. So many new little wrinkles that are kind of interesting, and I think each player, as they figure that out, they're going to see their games kind of change, but probably in a positive way that helps their game overall.
Well, and in getting to know you, I mean, Jonathan, you've been at the highest levels of the sport, college, professional, your success, you got into the U.S. Open, played twice, but there was something that held you back, right? You saw the lifestyle of it, and that wasn't exactly what you were looking for. You loved playing tennis at that level, coaching at that level, but the lifestyle wasn't what you were looking for. And here, it's a different life. What do you think about this team environment where players get to be together? We have the substitutions. How do you think about that?
My only issue with the Intense League is that it came out about 19 years too late, because this would have been right up my alley when I was 22 years old. Team environment, college tennis was the best. Now we have a pro version with a team environment. And then also these two-pointers. I mean, I was like a net rusher. I'm serving and volleying. Indoor tennis with two-pointers? Like, please, that's like my dream. So this is something I would have been incredibly interested in. I'm super jealous of all the players that get to be on the court right now, but very happy to watch them play today.
Well, you don't have to be jealous too long, Jonathan. I know you keep hitting a little bit. There is a qualifying here every weekend, and that's what we have today with the challenge team being formed by qualifiers. How cool of an opportunity for people that didn't get to be selected on the full-time roster. They can still play in this arena, qualify, and then try to take on one of our pros and try to make a case that they belong here.
Yeah, I love that. You get to earn your spot, and I've seen the roster here. I know Tennis with Emma. I've been following her on Instagram for a few years. There's some great players. Tyler Stice, someone that I recruited when I was at Duke. So they're awesome players, and they're going to be hungry because they didn't make a roster right off the bat. So I really want to see the emotional dynamic and how they kind of use that to bring a little more energy and kind of take it to Team Atlanta.
What do you think is an important message that if you were in Irina's shoes where, hint, hint, you'll be coming up next couple weeks to be one of the coaches for the challenge team? What's something that you want to tell these players that don't know each other that well but somehow have to mesh together?
As a team, I want them to all be super supportive, be confident, and there's no such thing as a sorry or letting your team down. You go out there full speed, full aggressive, and know that your team is there to support you at all times.
And there we have a look at Irina Falcone-Hartmann, one of the former best players in the world, as she gets to face on this Team Atlanta. I mean, look at the firepower that we have here, Jonathan. We have Raul Garcia, Kevin King, Salma Ewing, Tanya Sasnouskaya, Ava Haraster, Trent Bride. What a team, huh?
I still have nightmares of Kevin King torching us when he was at Georgia Tech and I was coaching Duke. Great player, great lefty serve. Obviously, Trent Bride, one of the best players in Georgia. Both those guys have been living in my dreams rent-free for the last couple of years, but excited to watch them play as a spectator today.
Well, you talk about Kevin, you trying to recruit him. This is where I think you have hope, right? Kevin, Georgia Tech assistant coach there, still trains and plays, so why not you, Jonathan?
Well, the only issue is that I'm going to have to take more than one step in either direction. That's where the game breaks down. If you can get me in a one doubles alley only, I might be able to play for you.
Well, the beautiful thing about this environment now is that we have men's singles, women's singles, and then all three doubles formats. So there is room for a double specialist to come in and play a big role in the doubles, but then have a singles person, right? So if you're a coach, I mean, are you looking for specialists? Do you want to try to find a little bit of best of both worlds? How would you create your dream team?
Well, the beauty of the substitutions in the format is I would want a double specialist, absolutely for sure. And then I would want someone who maybe leans more on the serve and maybe someone who relies more on the return. And I'd be subbing in and out like crazy. So I know Kevin King's lefty serve. I'd want him in singles as often as possible, but maybe on the return, I might get someone like Trent in there quickly. So I would want some specialists both in the serve, return, and doubles, and then I got to use those substitutions accordingly.
And there, Jonathan, we see the format of the weekend. So, each 10-minute segment in these matches is what we call a bolt. So 3 10-minute bolts equal one match. So in the men's singles portion, 3 10-minute bolts, that's one match. Women's singles, 3 10-minute bolts, that's one match as well. And then the men's, women's, and mixed for doubles, they're going to play 10 minutes each. So there's a lot of variety here, Jonathan. We're going to see a lot of different styles of play, you know, and the court's actually a little bit gritty. We have unlimited substitutions, but the 14 seconds in between points, you know, Jonathan, we were watching the players go through this yesterday. You know, it's one thing also, a lot of these players, it's one thing we have, you know, 20, 25 seconds in traditional tennis, right? But they don't actually play on a clock. And if they go over that clock, it's not the end of the world. They might get a code violation, or a lot of refs just let it go. But that clock is visible here. If they don't hit those 14 seconds, they lose that point. How different is it going to be for these players?
Very different, because a lot of them like to take their time, which, by the way, for me was a pet peeve. So I am all for this fast style. But the interesting dynamic for me is it's like half sprint, half marathon, because every point counts. So we're going to be going very quickly in between points today, but there are 9 bolts. And so you might go quickly in the first bolt, dig a hole, and that might be the difference in the match. So players are not only going to have to play quickly, but they're going to have to fight for every point throughout the match today.
Awesome. Well, Jonathan, thanks for taking some time with us as we get prepared. We'll see you again when we come back at 2 o'clock. But before then, we're going to have a lovely conversation with the third member of our team, the one, the only, Luke Jensen. We'll be right back.
Tennis is alive. Don't believe the headlines, because the inaugural season of Intense is here, and it's loud, fast, and electric as Let's go! Intense is pro tennis sped up for a new generation of fans with attention spans that aren't exactly what they used to be. Let's go! A 14-second serve clock, no waiting for your opponent to be ready, serve till you lose a point, and scoring features normal counting. No love, no deuce, just real numbers. Intense means more pace and more action, making matches absolutely relentless. In only 90 minutes, that's all.
Stick together, guys, stick together. All right, focus, focus.
We've got teams from Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, all with 6 players on their roster, 3 men and 3 women, because matches include men's and women's 1v1 in doubles, and we have mixed doubles. Points accumulate across each, so everyone contributes. And to house all of this energy, enter the INTENNSE Arena in Atlanta. With music and lights, quiet isn't really a thing here. You want to stand up and cheer? Bring it whenever you want, however loud you want. Because if players and coaches are going to get into it,
there's no way we're going to lose. Give me a freaking break.
Why shouldn't fans? That's intense.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm going to keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break.
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome, everyone. Well, we are at the INTENNSE Arena in Decatur, Georgia, one of the most unique tennis courts in the world, where we have a brand new engagement model. And today we have Atlanta taking on the challenge team. And I want to introduce the third member of our team, but I think he's got a special guest there, Luke Jensen. What do we have going on?
I'll tell you, man, I've worked with Federer, Nadal, I've worked with the best. We've got the Renaissance man of tennis, the king of the country club, Chip Rally. Chip, great to see you here.
Good to see you.
Tell me about Intense. What's it all about?
Oh, my God, are you kidding me? Hey, look, it's got green fuzz on it. I'm there. Tennis all the way. Intensified, faster, on ADHD medication.
What should we be looking for in this format?
You know, we should be looking for fast, fun, excitement. The players don't have a lot of time to mess with their minds, so they got to really hone in and just stay groovy.
After winning your 15th Roland Garros title, you know, destroying Rafael Nadal, it must be tough to transition to such fast format.
Yeah, well, you know, first thing I did after the French Open was went home and did the laundry on my socks. I tell you
Those
what.
are rough. It gets dirty.
Oh, yeah, it gets real dirty. I get down and dirty. I go from red socks to green shorts on the grass.
Now, break down this match. We got two really good teams.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, no, we got some bangers here. We got the Atlanta team, the home team, and we got the challengers. Look I'm always rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, take the points.
Take the points.
Take the points. We are indoors, and Chip is wearing sunglasses. Back to you.
You know, Luke, when we talk about taking the points there.
That is called seamless.
Yeah, thanks, Chip. Yeah, have fun today, man. Make some noise.
Make some noise. Who let the Dobermans out?
Back to you guys.
All right, Luke, next time you get Chip, we got to ask him about that little scandal he had going on in Monaco. But we're not going to talk about that
No, we won't
just
talk
yet.
about Monaco this segment. Next segment. Yeah, next segment.
All
He's
right.
got his legal team on it.
Perfect.
Thanks, Chip.
All
Thanks,
right.
buddy. See you down there, buddy. Yeah.
All right, Luke, we're here. You've been everywhere. Why here? Why now?
Well, the biggest thing is the game has to come together, right? We've got to level up. Intense is that vehicle. Think about family and the intensity. Bringing the families in, bringing the fans in to the match, to the pressure. These players are playing for cash, buddy. And when you talk about cash, this gets them to the next tournament. This gets them closer to their dream.
Well, you talk about family, and it doesn't get any closer than teams, right? We want these teams, the coaches want these teams to play and act like family. How cool is it to see this real team environment?
It's super cool. I mean, it's the vibe you get down here. All these players are sitting there playing for one another. There's substitutions. So if you're playing like a dog, coach may pull you. So it's really interesting to see how this dynamic's going to go. And these bolts, just 10 minutes. So you better be ready to ball.
You know, you talk about these 10-minute bolts and the clock and everything. How different is the fitness for this? It's, you know, we talk about tennis being such a difficult sport, but this is different.
Can't be a lollygagger. You've got to get to, because you're playing at the server's pace. Got a 14-second clock, but really the server's going to dictate. One serve is the biggest thing there because you can't just be a flamethrower or a serve bot and do this. You got to be strategic with that second. That sets up your +1. And watch when it gets to about 3 minutes in that bolt, you'll see the guy or the girl behind, maybe a little S&V, try to get some 2-point plays off of winners.
You know, and for you, there are some different options to serve, right? You could be righty or lefty.
Well, that's true. I like the underhand, right? That little sloppy Joe, the little cut on the ball. You can get them playing back. You get an ace, that's 2 points.
And that's going to be different for these players because there could be a little bit of ego that thinks that, oh, no, I got to work on my normal serve. You know, if you were a coach, is this something you're working on in practice?
That is funny you say that because that's the one thing I've picked up with the intense format. The one serve for player development. You see them first, they may get a little nervous. You'll see some faults, they'll lose some points. But then they start to feel the confidence. They get it away from the opponent's strength, get it to the weakness, and set up points that way. You have to be more strategic instead of serve big bombs.
Yeah, and then when we talk about the substitutions and managing that, more than ever now, coaching legitimately matters.
It does, and it's because it is so fast. You don't have a lot of time to get the next player in that can save your bacon. Remember, it's that overall score in these bolts, so you got to make sure, am I putting in the right style of player? Do I put in an aggressive player? Do I put in a consistent player? Who do I put in there? Where's the personality? Who's going to meet the moment?
Yeah, and the timeouts. Talk a little bit about timeouts. I mean, we can finally stop the bleeding a little bit, right?
You have to be able to stop the momentum as a coach. Anyway, this bolt goes fast, so if you start losing some points, get on a losing streak, you can call a nice little timeout to regroup and see where your player is and if they need to leave.
How do you manage the coaching aspect of that? Coaching is allowed not just for substitutions, but they can talk the entire time if they want.
Whole time. The fans can go nuts the whole time. I mean, we don't want to be, this isn't your grandpa's country club. This is intense tennis. We want you in there making noise, and the players on the sidelines are going to be making noise. So there's a lot of chaos. Who can sort through the chaos? And so these timeouts, the coaching in between, so you can't get long-winded. You got to be very precise with your coaching.
All right, Luke, well, thank you for your time. We can't wait to get this action started. We'll come back to you more and more as the match goes on.
I'll look for Chip.
Yeah, ask him that Monaco question. And when we come back, we're going to have the challenge team starting it off with Atlanta. But first, we are going to have a feature about Trent Bride from Team Atlanta.
When you...
All right.
I'm Trent Bride, and I play for Team Atlanta. I grew up in Swanee, Georgia, had the best childhood ever, had amazing parents. My dad was actually in tennis. He was the director of tennis at a country club called the Standard Club, and that's how I got introduced to the sport of tennis. I won the Super Nationals for 12s. It was the clay court Super Nationals, a really big tournament. After winning that, I was #1 in the country for that age division. And that's when I knew that I could really take this thing far. And I really wanted to be a professional tennis player. And that was my only goal. I wanted to be top 100 in the world. That was what I wanted to do. So from 14 to 18 and was able to be lucky enough to get to 8 in the world. It's a brutal grind. You're not going to luxurious areas, 15 years old, going to Lima, Peru, staying in a room with 3 guys, beds back to back to back, no hot water, no AC. We would open up the window at night just so we can get a little bit of air, and there'd be construction all night. We wouldn't sleep. I was dealing with that at 15. I mean, it put life into perspective for me. Professional tennis, when you start at the bottom, right? When you're starting with the futures, it's the same thing. You're losing a lot of money. So until you get to the ATP events, it's not a great life in any way, shape, or form, really. I had an opportunity to choose whether to go to college or to turn pro. And of all those guys in the top 10, I think I was the only one that actually pursued college tennis. I just felt like that I wasn't winning professional tournaments. If I couldn't make a living in this sport right away, then I'd rather just go to school and get a free education and play college tennis and continue to improve. College tennis was like the best years of my life. It's so funny because when a lot of people will look at tennis and they'll be like, you can play professional tennis, and then they watch US Open, Wimbledon, Australian Open. But when I look at it, I can look at the futures and challengers because a lot of my friends are still in those and how much it sucks and how brutal it is. And I can look at that and be like, you know, I don't know if that's the life I want to live.
Hey man, can you hear me?
Towards the end of my college career, I had a really good job offer, and looking at my life as a chessboard and thinking about what is the best move that I can make in this moment, I figured that it was to start my career in finance and leave the sport of tennis. I mean, who knows if I made the right decision, right? Tennis doesn't owe you anything. The market doesn't owe you anything. It's purely hard work and developing a process in the market, obviously developing a process on the court too of what's successful for you. The #1 thing that I missed from playing tennis was feeding my competitive drive. As a hyper-competitive tennis player,
the loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome, everybody, to the Intense Arena here in Decatur, Georgia, where today you're not just watching tennis, you're witnessing a new competition model for the sport. Welcome, everybody, to the Intense League, where we have Atlanta taking on the Challenge team. I'll be your host today. I'm J.Y. Albone with my co-host Jonathan Stokie, where we are going to get things rocking and rolling today. Jonathan, welcome.
Hey, man, great to be here. Couldn't be more excited.
Well, we're excited to really finally get this rolling. There's been a big buildup, and we're going to start off with the team rules that fans are going to need to know as we follow today's action. And we'll start off with that. This is a team format league, 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. Now, how is that going to work? Well, it's going to be men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, then all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. And the host team, Atlanta, gets to choose who starts first, and we'll lead it off with the men's singles. Now, what's going to make this very different than anything you've ever seen before is substitutions. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. So if a player gets hurt, they can take a seat, their teammate jumps in, the clock keeps ticking, and the show goes on. Spice things up a little bit more. Players are going to get 1 serve and 1 toss. If they win the point, they continue to serve. 14 seconds in between points, and when you combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very little towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time, and thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. And when we get down to the scoring of it, it's going to be as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, counts as 2 points. Whichever team scores the most amount of points at the end of the day wins. That's it. No sets, no games, just non-stop action. Welcome to the Intense League. Jonathan, what do you think?
Hey, man, I'm excited, and I want to see if our fellow commentator, Coach Falcone, has a quick hook for anyone who's got some serves in the net today. I'm super excited to see how these substitutions and timeouts go.
Well, we're going to be very critical of her, but she's going to come back in later tonight and have her own seat here, so we got to be careful what we say. But, Jonathan, you talk about the substitutions. How different does that make all of this?
It's really interesting because obviously we have the physical element of the quick points where we can see people getting very tired in between, especially after a couple physical rallies. But we also might see coaches playing people's strengths. So you might try to get a server in for the server points and quickly hustle out to get someone in for the returning points or in for the doubles bolts later on. So super interested to see how we use these subs today.
And then very quickly, just 14 seconds in between point. We got a clock. If they don't hit those 14 seconds, they lose that point. What do you think about that?
I love it. I mean, with my attention span, I've never been able to handle 25 seconds in between points and people towel it off. Let's get that ball in play, be ready to go. And if you're getting tired, come to the net. Don't sit back there and grind all day. But I absolutely love the speed between points.
I love it. And now let's introduce the team challenge team. And we're going to lead it off with the men's team that they're going to have Tyler Stice, London Vasilescu, and Naoto Tomizawa. On the female side, we're going to have Emma Burgic, Addie Rogan, and Sadira Oyang. Emma, what do you think about that? Jonathan, what do you think about that challenge team there?
Love the challenge team. And by the way, Emma is someone I followed on Instagram. She was one of the OG Instagram coaches. I'm so excited about her coming back and can't wait to watch her play today.
Awesome. And now let's take it into the Atlanta team with
Anya Sosnowski, University of Texas at Austin. I can pickle anything.
Trent Bride, University of Georgia, and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 1 minute.
Kevin King, Georgia Tech, and I'm a huge Steelers fan.
Raul Garcia, Kansas State,
and I got my first ATP point when I was 16. It's not a big deal.
Salma Ewing, University of Southern California, and I've been a vegetarian for 20 years.
Ava Haraster, Auburn University.
All right, and there you go. That is our home team here at Atlanta. Jonathan, we got the home team lined up, the challenge team lined up. Qualifiers, that's who made up the challenge team. What a cool story for these players to get an opportunity to play at this pro level.
Yeah, a lot of great players on that challenge team. Tyler Seiss is someone I recruited when I was at Duke. Obviously, like I just mentioned, tennis with Emma. Emma's been a great player, All-American at Baylor. So quality players. And then on the other side, Team Atlanta, I got Kevin and Trent, who used to give me nightmares when I was a Duke coach for how much they dominated us during our down years. So can't wait to see these two teams battle and see the dynamic of the challengers who are a little bit more hungry and maybe to prove they belong today.
And now let's take it down to Luke Jensen, third member of our team, the one, the only. Welcome, Luke.
I'll tell you, Stokey owes me $20. We had that push-up contest in New Orleans. Remember that, buddy? You're too good-looking to win a push-up contest. This is what you need to win push-up contests. This is going to be amazing. Both these teams are lined up, ready to rock and roll. The bottom line is who's going to get out fast, right? Who's going to make the serves, make the returns, and then score when they get the transition ball. That's the bottom line. Who's got the guts right now to meet the moment, the intense moment?
Well, Luke, we talk about that intense moment. How much do you go for those +2s, that little extra bonus there?
Well, I say anyone who goes out early, I really think you got to save that and see how the point develops. I think the players that I've seen that win the most, those 2-pointers, are the ones that work the point. You can't just start slapping around. That's the Jensen brothers play. That's why we're retired. We're out of the game. You got to work the point. Be a little Djokovic out there. Wait for that short ball. Wait for your weapon, and then engage.
Well, and that's where the coaching aspect comes in, right? You know, because the clock can be moving fast. It's hard to think a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the coaches are going to be, it's going to be so important for them to have the right message at the right time while the score develops.
All right, before we start, any questions over the rules?
We have the coin toss, our referee for the day.
So after the coin toss, we're going to go straight into it. Look out for my signal. I'll have a whistle. If you hear the whistle, play will stop. Other than that, everything goes on. If you're confused about the side, it will be up on that scoreboard. It'll say deuce or add. Sometimes give it 1 or 2 seconds to buffer. All right? Heads or tails? Heads is the call. It's tails. Serve or receive? Serve. Atlanta to serve. Good match.
Here we go. First point of the Intense League. Kevin King on the near side with forehand unforced there. Tyler Seiss on the far side. We see Kevin King with a return forehand winner. That is +2. You win 1 point, it counts as 1. You hit a winner, it counts as 2. And as you see, he goes back to serve on the same side. So when the scoring equals an odd number, you still play on the add side. If the scoring equals an even number, you play on the deuce side. 2-2. You just heard that serve right there. It clipped the net, but in the Intense League, if the serve clips the net but lands in, you still play that.
And early on here, if I'm Tyler, I'm not serving to that Kevin King forehand again right here. I'm trying to find the backhand. That forehand has looked great so far.
Well, and it's pretty tricky, though, for a righty, right? They're not used to playing against lefties. And a lot of times when they're nervous, what do? They go back to what they know. And they have a hard time taking that chance going down the tee. And we saw that with Tyler. And we've got a 4-3 lead right now. We'll see how he's going to manage this serve on the ad side. And there you go, right? He tries to serve to the backhand, not quite there, and then he misses it. There's that one serve, right? You only get one serve, and so if you miss that one, you lose the point. And so we'll see how he manages that, if he's willing to take that serve out wide or not. That's a little tight forehand from. Ooh, that's a tighter forehand there too. Some nerves.
Hey, early on, you're going to expect nerves here. Yeah, exactly. We got to have big targets, medium speed. Both guys are going to be a little wound up to start this match.
Yeah, and there we see Tyler trying to smile a little bit. What do you think about when players smile on the court? I go back and forth with that.
I absolutely love it personally. What I want is I want players to be themselves. So if you're someone who smiles a lot in everyday life, you should be smiling when you play tennis. And if you're someone who's super serious, then good for you. Be serious on the court. But if that's his normal demeanor, then I absolutely love that relaxed nature.
Well, no smiling there as Kevin King comes back with a serve volley. What a winner by Tyler from the benches in the back over there. Tries to serve fast there. Two servers pace. So that's if the returner's not ready, he can serve, no problem. Kevin almost wasn't ready, but Tyler rushed it and missed it. 7 minutes left in his first of 3 10-minute bolts. Oh, we hear a little bit of a sneeze over there, misses the serve, and so that's right, fans can scream whenever they want, and it looks like somebody want to be a part of the action.
We've already got 3 early service faults from Kevin over there. I don't know if he's been taking it easy on his serve practice, but if I remember him correctly, he's got a great serve. I'd like to see that pick up here the rest of the bowl.
Well, great serve, but under the 2-serve format here, we'll see. You know, it's a different pressure. You're also playing on the clock. You're breathing hard. You don't have time to calm down. And if anyone's noticed, whenever the ball lands out here, the lights flash red. That's our electronic line calling system. We do hear an audible sound when it's out, but just in case you can't hear it, we do see that red light flash. All right, players are starting to settle in a little bit. 10-8, Tyler Stice on the far side of the court for the challenge team. Qualifiers got a little bit of a lead, Jonathan.
Great lead. He's being solid. And right there after a long point, I would encourage him to be solid here. I think a quick mistake could be coming from one of the 2 players. Oh, there it is.
There it is, Jonathan. Just whenever you speak, they miss. Did you know that?
Well, I mean, is it fun for me when I know it's going to happen? Yes, it kind of is because I like being a know-it-all. But after a long point, it's usually going to be a short one. Just be solid. And now we got 2 quick ones in a row here.
All right, there you go. One serve. Seen a couple faults here. 6 minutes left. 11-9. Hannah Keeling there, Atlanta coach, waiting to see how she's going to manage this. Straight on the fly. That should be a minus point. If you hit it clean on the strings.
Add that to the rule book.
Yeah. Hannah Keeling there. There's that Team Atlanta coach, Georgia Gwinnett. Ooh. That's the beauty of it. No time to question it. Got to move on. Got to play. This is tough.
And again, this serve's letting Kevin down here early. That's 4 or 5 now. I mean, that's almost half the point total.
And we're seeing a sub come in right there as Kevin just needs a breather. A little nervous to get things started. And we got Raul Garcia coming in over there on the near side. The Bolivian KSU graduate. Look at that little half volley pickup there.
I'm not sure how often I've seen a full swing, half volley, topspin, down the line winner, but Tyler just pulled that off to perfection.
Well, the game's modernizing, right? Getting a little older there, Jonathan. Get off those YouTube lessons.
I'm gonna have to learn how to teach that one. I don't have that one in my arsenal yet.
17-10 here. Challenge team's rolling. I mean, if you're Irina here, Irina Falcone-Hartman, the coach for the qualifying team, our challenge team, gotta let Tyler roll with it, right?
Absolutely. I mean, always ride the hot hand. He's being solid. He looks like he's really settled in. Of course, if we compliment him, he's going to miss a backhand wide down the line. But after those first couple of points, he's gotten rock solid. He's moving well, putting a lot of pressure on the opponents with his consistency right now.
There was a little bit of communication there between Tyler and Irina. We'll see what that means coming up. And you see Raul there just rolling a serve in, getting things started. Ooh, cheeky little slice. And that's our rally of the day.
All right, again, hey, long physical rally. Tyler should be a little more tired because he's been in for the whole bolt. Both players solid on the first 2. Again, this is where I'm kind of anticipating a quick error or someone going for a quick winner because of the fatigue.
Well, let's see right here. Raul coming from Bolivia.
Great job.
Used to being on clay, playing longer rallies. We'll see if he panics. He looks settled. All right. And there we go.
Great job by Raul there.
Looks like we have our substitution for the challenge team. First one, Naoto Tomizawa coming in. The young junior, one of the best Japanese juniors in the world, qualified now. We'll see how he handles it. I think it's a nice little change because you always wonder, Jonathan, when do you put a player in? Because they're probably going to be a little cold, right? And if you put them in against a player who's been playing, it might be a little bit tough. But they got a little bit of a lead. They got a little wiggle room to give them some time.
A little wiggle room, and this is something where coach and player have to talk to each other, right? Like, when is Tyler getting fatigued from playing 7 consecutive minutes of points? It's probably better to take a player out 1 or 2 points too early than 1 or 2 points too late.
Wow. Can we get a radar gun on that one? What a forehand. Well, let's see. 18-17 for the challenge team. That 7-point lead is now down only 1. Raul is on a roll right now. Great substitution there to start. And just as I say that, you just totally ruin it. Sorry.
The commentators jinx it even exists in intense tennis.
Yeah, you think it only counts for NFL kickers, but it looks like even here as well. Look at that. You see the teammates
All right, now we're
cheering
getting down
on.
to crunch time.
Yeah.
2 minutes here.
2 minutes and this first 10-minute bolt. The clock keeps going, so it's cumulative score at the end of the day. So even when this 10-minute session finishes, it continues. Big forehand, Naoto. He is loosening up. And I wonder, Jonathan, do you think the Atlanta team feels a little pressure, right? They're the pros. We got the qualifiers. They should be leading INTENNSE Arena. They're home.
It's quite possible. I would definitely say based on the way Kevin served, he might have been feeling the pressure. But Raul's come in. He's looked comfortable. All these players honestly doing a great job for the first bowl in this exciting new environment.
There you
with
go.
Things being fast-paced.
Jonathan,
Again, yeah.
come on. I think we should lay off the commentary and just let people just watch.
Right. Never compliment because a bad shot's coming, you know?
There we go. We'll just criticize. Terrible forehand on the run right there by Rule. How do you miss that? Oh, the quick serve. Probably should have snuck in and come in, but Raul is a great baseline player. Very comfortable back there. Irina, big. Look at that little frustration coming in. Irina just really cheering the team on. Interesting service position there.
I honestly think he just wanted to get it in so quickly. It's where he got the ball from the intensifier, and he just let it rip.
Yes.
Honestly, very interesting strategy.
So there you mentioned the intensifiers. So each team has their own intensifiers. They are the team members that are helping grab the balls. They are a part of each team. They have an incentive to get the ball fast to them so they can serve as fast as they want. So it's really cool to have the kids involved. You see them right there just going fast to get that court out of the way.
This could be our last point here in bolt number 1. Oh.
Maybe trying to go for a twofer there. And he's going to walk off right there. Jonathan, 26-22. The challenge team takes the first bolt. What do you think about that as we get to look at some replays of what just happened?
I mean, honestly, for me, the difference in that bolt is Team Atlanta struggled with the serve. I mean, we had 6 or 7 free points, and the difference was 4 total points for that bolt. So the serve is killer. Raul came in, did a good job getting it back close, and eventually ran out of gas a little bit.
Yeah, there you talk about that first point where righty serving to a lefty, serving to a forehand right there. Kevin got off to a pretty good start when he wasn't serving, though.
Yeah, I mean, the forehand was good early, but again, he had a couple double faults long, single faults, and then he got a little bit tight on it, and I honestly think the substitution was great. Tyler came out super hot, moving well, but I think after about 6 or 7 minutes, kind of needed that refresher, and that's how we got Naoto in there.
Yeah, Naoto getting in there, did a great job.
I mean, look at that forehand.
All right, and let's take it
Forehand
down
was
to the
awesome,
third
serve
member
was
of our team, Luke Jensen, who's got a special guest.
I've got the Fighting Falcon right here, Coach Falcone. Great job, these challengers, this team. Misfits, you win, you beat the pros. What happened?
I just think that they went out there and released all that nervous energy. I know Tyler came out there and he was saying how it was the nervous he'd ever been. So he just went out there and chose big targets, and he made some good calls, and I'm very happy with the way they started today.
You were known as a pressure player. On the biggest stages, you played the best tennis. How are you able to translate like that mindset to such a fast format?
I don't know. I think that every single team member in this team is just very motivated to win for more than just themselves. So it was very easy coaching to do. Yeah.
What about the changeovers? Because you had a lead, then they come storming back. How do you like put in your head, when should I sub?
That's a good question. I'm kind of getting my feet wet as I go as well. And I could see just from the little amount of time that I've met these guys, and he told me, he was like, all right, I think I need a sub. So it's just constant communication, I think.
Fantastic. Good luck in the next bolt. JY, back to you.
All right, thanks, Luke. Great words from Irina. When we come back, we're going to have our second bolt of this men's singles match.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break.
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire, we want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
All right, we are back. Bolt number 2 in this men's singles portion. Now with the Tomizawa on the far side, when we have Trent Bride on the near side for Atlanta, seeing his first action. Whoa, what a forehand. What a volley, +2.
What a way to start here for Naoto.
That was actually a good point by Trent to get started. Just Naoto too good. Wow, almost didn't even hit the frame and would have been a +2. That's why it's the expensive part, right?
This is interesting. I mean, Trent's coming in cold. It's been a while. Naoto coming off that last bolt. He's already got it out of his system a little bit. Might be a nice time to build a quick lead on Trent until he gets his feet under him.
Good sliding action there, looking like he played with the Florida Panthers. Wow, but it is interesting just being down your court level. That's a different power that Trent's bringing on the forehand right now. Just needs to find his range. You know, that first one was beautiful, but now they got it back, and then the next one just mistimed it. But if he finds that, that's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, he's got an absolute bazooka, but he's got to pick a big part of the court, build it early, and then like Luke said, maybe you can come in, knock off a volley, or get a sitter. But big targets from Trent with that speed. Oh, baby.
Well, that one, it doesn't count as a minus because he hit it off the frame. Just kidding, people. There's no minus points here. But well, if you hit it off the scoreboard, I think you should play it if it bounces in. But we saw Trent there hit a serve that hit off the net, went in, so we play those points here. We do not have lets on the serves. 32-25, the challenge team on the far side leading. 33-25, just under 8 minutes
Coach
left.
Hanna's going to have them out. Yeah, serve practice after this couple bolts. We've had so many single faults here.
I mean,
and another shank into the top.
That's got to be nerves, huh?
100%. And totally understandable, by the way.
How much
new environment, new arena. Oh, baby.
And he went for it. Whoa!
The ultimate mic drop. Hit a huge serve ace, and then you get out of there.
All right, well, when we get a second here, we're going to take it down to Hannah Keeling, the Atlanta coach, to get an idea of how things are looking down there.
We are a little behind right now, but we're going to get it back, that's for sure. Just getting used to the conditions and the courts, and point by point, that's what we're going to do.
Hannah, how much of this do you think is just nerves? Just got to get rolling for the first match of the season.
Yeah, I think, I'm really happy that we have today's match for getting ready for tomorrow, and then what we're going to do is just got to get those first match nerves out of the way and essentially find a rhythm out here, especially on this court and these conditions. Rats up!
All right, and there we see. Sorry, Hannah, we're distracting you a little bit. Thanks for giving us a quick second.
You're good.
As
Thank
we
you.
have a substitution there, Kevin King jumping in for Trent Bride. And when we have a substitution here, the coach does have to inform the referee right there. And so we had to let her go there. And then we'll see if Kevin can step up a little bit here.
All right, well, that serve already looked better than bolt number 1. He looks a little more relaxed, a little more fluid with the motion.
Yeah, looking a little bit better.
Yeah, there we go. I'd still like to see these players. I mean, it's indoors. You're going to hit big, but we got to hit to big parts of the court. Still seeing a few too many balls wide in the doubles alleys today.
All right, why don't we get a quick little word here from the coach of the challenge team, Irina Falcone-Hartman. Irina, there she is fired up.
Buddy, way to get your hand on it. Here we go, bud.
Irina, how are things looking there?
I'm doing well, JY. How are you?
How happy are you with your challenge team there, trying to make the upset here?
They're doing great. They're doing great. Come on, London. Keep it up, buddy. Take your time. Find your breathing.
All right, London's seen his first action here, so what do you think about London so far?
I think he's been ready literally from the moment that we got here. He's been doing kangaroo jumps from the beginning, so he's been ready from the get-go.
Awesome, Irina. Thank you. Good luck to you all down there.
Thank you so much. All right, here we go, buddy.
You can start slowing down.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, bud. Here we go.
And then you hear that coaching there from Irina and Tyler there, just telling London, hey, slow down, telling the young buck, you okay? It's fast, but you got a little time there.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Irina early. I mean, obviously telling him to take the time. She said to find the breathing. Again, getting your heart rate down in those 10 seconds is going to be incredibly difficult, but also incredibly important.
You know, challenge team out to their biggest lead of the day, 42-31. Really interesting to see the two different dynamics, Jonathan. So you have the challenge team. Everybody's so encouraging with each other. Everybody's so positive there. You see the kangaroo jumps from London, but the Atlanta team, quiet. Now, is that a sense of maturity, the calmness? They're not afraid. There's a lot of time left, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, that feels like nerves to me. The challenge team looks a little bit more excited. And when we're talking momentum, you're talking about energy and tactics. And right now, all the energy is on the challenge team side. So if I'm Team Atlanta, I would try to match that vocalization, especially on the bench, and see if you can match the energy and see if you can slowly flip the script here.
It's a difficult balance, right? How much do you get involved as a coach and, you know, really try to force something out of your players? Or, you know what, you just get in their head a lot. You know, these are veteran players. They've been playing tennis for a long time. And we'll see how these things play out.
Yeah, one thing I learned is there's some things that go into momentum, and two of the ones you can change the easiest are your emotion and your tactics. So if you're getting your doors blown off like we have here with a little 14, 15-point lead, our emotions are calm. We need to get them up. We need to try something different. So I'd love to see that from Team Atlanta here.
You know, you talk about momentum, and we haven't seen a timeout be used yet. We understand why the challenge team hasn't used one. But if I'm Hannah, I mean, we kind of got to stop the bleeding.
Can't take them with you. You know, you don't get any points for holding on to your timeout at the end. And you don't want to let this get out of hand, so you have such a big hole later on in the surge.
All right, and there we have another substitution there. Kevin hasn't done his best. Raul's done okay. He's going to come right in. Great little kick serve to get started.
Yeah, I don't know about that backhand down the line on defense there.
So you have to wonder, do you give Raul that opportunity? You get a little stretched out wide on the backhand. Are you willing to cough it up and give him that huge snake forehand? Or you just force it? Looks like we have another sub here.
Yeah, I like that sub. Get Tyler back in there. Look, you caused a little chaos. Well done. Irina, like a pro coach here, like she's done it before.
Yeah, and we got another sub back here. That's kind of interesting. What happened there? Raul didn't play many points. I wonder what happened. What's the hold
Quick
up
hook for the serve in the net. Kind of like it.
6, 5. Oh, I think he broke his string. Is that what happened? Tyler almost ran out of time there as they were trying to figure this out. He should have just served instead of let them figure it out. A little too nice of him.
Yeah.
And there's
little
Raul back.
Experience on match one. He gets the good guy award.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not worth any points today.
Absolutely not. But Raul's back, so it must have been an equipment change there. Raul trying to play fast, build some momentum, 49-36. I don't know what he can do with a slow serve like that, but let's see if his ground strokes can make up for it. Tyler, great job. Backhand on the rise like that. Something I did not have.
Yeah, I also didn't have Tyler's patience. He's just rocking backhands across court. And when I was playing someone like him and it looked like they were never going to miss, I ended up dumping a lot of balls in the net, too, out of frustration.
Well,
He's rock solid on that side.
That's why you're a double special. Played the U.S. Open a couple times with your doubles. You know, it's okay to be a specialist in one thing versus another.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you suck and you can't make ground strokes, go play doubles. That's what I did.
+2, Tyler
nice.
Stice. You hit a clean winner. It counts as 2 points. And this lead is building. 15-point lead, Tyler Stice for the challenge team on the far side. And look at him looking at the clock, being very calm. He's finding his rhythm, and maybe that's some of the benefit. +2 again. His team is going nuts over there.
Yeah, this guy is feeling it. He is a big reason for this 17-point lead. What an amazing kick serve there.
Yeah.
Opened up the court, finished off with the volley.
Yeah, Raul looks like he's breathing hard there, sweating. That's okay, you know, win 4 points, you give back 1. He looks totally calm as you have 30 seconds left in the second of 10-minute bolts. I don't know about that.
And if I'm Tyler, I'm taking my time here, take the full 14, finish on a good point, see if you can extend this lead to finish bolt 2.
Good defense. Oh! What a finish! That was actually Raul with one of the better points. What a finish. Jonathan, what do we have here? They extended the lead.
Tyler is blackout right now. That guy is absolutely on fire. At first, I thought it might be Irena's coaching, but it might just be Tyler Stice's show right now. Absolutely electric finish at the end of that one.
Look at some of these highlights. Well, not that one. That was not much of a highlight, but let's see what we got coming up. That first huge volley from Naoto.
Yeah, Trent came in. He looked a little uncomfortable. He shanked a few forehands. Naoto obviously very comfortable because he had played the bolt before. But again, they kind of subbed it out on Atlanta trying to find something, and no one really caught fire. And then once Tyler came in as the closer, that was lights out.
Yeah, we see a little frustration from Raul there, right? The Atlanta team, it's now the time to hit the panic button a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, right now, I'm just looking at Tyler and I'm looking at Atlanta. I honestly think Hannah might need to call a timeout in the next bolt to slow things down.
All right, well, we're going to take it to Luke, who's got Tyler Stice right now.
I tell you, man, you are a closer. A closer. Tell me about this bolt.
Man, it's so much fun. I love this atmosphere. Even the fans that are bad talking me, it gives me motivation to keep playing. That last shot that I hit was for the fans that were crap talking me up there.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
So what is the plan? Well, again, the format, the energy, the intensity. How do you translate what you normally do on the court when you're playing tournaments in college to this?
Yeah. I mean, this is a very similar feel to college, and I think that's what's kind of given me a little bit of an advantage. It's very much like this in college. Fans can't quite scream on your serve, but it's very much the same kind of atmosphere, home and away crowd. So I think I'm just kind of really feeding into that and really just trying to enjoy myself.
Go get them. Good luck. Back to you guys.
All right, well, that's some great energy from Tyler Stice. And when we come back, we're going to have our third of 3 10-minute bolts here. We are back in this third of 3 10-minute bolts for the men's singles match. 57-38 for the challenge team on the far side, and a little special guest here.
Hey, how are ya? Test Sybilis, 1, 2, check. Chip Rally.
Well, Chip, welcome, man. What do you see so far?
Oh, are you kidding me? I see in, I see out, I see what's that all about? That was wide.
And what do you think this is all about?
I think this is all about having fun. You know, you got to keep the ball inside the lines, and these guys are doing a pretty good job of that. Tennis on speed.
Well, we see the speed right now. Challenge team off to a very fast start, 60-38. What do you think about this underdog coming through? Did you take the points?
Look, I was here yesterday watching some of the challenge matches, and this gentleman over here with the orange shoes, I mean, he brought this game yesterday. The kid was on fire. I picked him to win the whole thing.
Well, you know, there was a rumor out there that you were looking to get a franchise to a specific location. Could he be your future star there?
I mean, he could be. I'm talking to the guys in Mykonos. I want to bring a team over there. I know a couple guys over there. I think I would build around him.
Well, let's see if the challenge team can keep building. 61-41, 20-point lead. Raul Garcia, what do you think of the home team here? Eesh.
I think the home team weren't expecting the challengers to come out with so much talent. I mean, look, we got Tyler over here who played at Auburn. We got this young gentleman who I'm going to call the unnamed hero because we don't know who he is yet. These underdogs are playing with underdog energy, and they are bringing it to the house.
Well, you see now, he's loosening up. I mean, going for a backhand on the run. You got a big lead here. We're going to see, man. Chip, you know, before you leave here, are you going to tell us what happened in Monaco?
Everybody wants to know what happened in Monaco. Like a game of backgammon, you just got to keep your head down and your stick on the ice.
All right, well, we're happy to have you here. Enjoy the show.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go get my racket restrung.
All right, 62-43 on the far side. Challenge team with the lead. Let's see if Raul Garcia can bring us back, chipping away a little bit. And we see our first time out of the day, finally. Had to say, I was a little surprised.
Now, is that a challenge team timeout?
We've got you. We've got you. Just take your time, find that rhythm. 1 minute? Okay. You want a water or anything? Towel? Nothing? Okay. All right. You're doing great. Let's keep it up. I'm just giving you a little bit of a breather, okay? All right? Okay.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Hey, stay tough with him, yeah? Come on.
Here we go. Stay tough, bud.
Look at that, Jonathan. So it wasn't to stop it for any bad reason. I think just to kind of slow things down a little bit. A lot of positivity out of that.
Yeah, super smart, actually. When you have a big lead like that, a little bit's been chipped away, but you don't want to let the momentum swing too much. So before Team Atlanta can kind of get things moving, Irina with a great time out there, slow things down. It's just a couple points, and then we reset and get back to work. Absolutely love that time out there.
Yeah, I'm just looking over here at Raul. He still looks like he's breathing hard. It doesn't look like he's settled into his second win. So we'll see. I mean, he's starting to loose up on the forehand, but can his fitness catch up with his heart rate that high?
Well, it's not going to help when he's running corner to corner right there. Great point from Naoto.
Yeah, Raul the bigger guy, but Naoto with the bigger game right now. Great offense so far. Ooh, Raul.
That's your fault. Remember we said no compliments, JY. That's on you, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I'll take that one.
Way too positive today.
We should do a push-up contest. Whoever, you know, ruins the players the most has to do 50 push-ups at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're going to have a huge chest.
63-47. Slowly chipping away like our friend Chip. Well, there you go. Sorry. Push-up for me.
Exactly. There you go.
Ooh, what? Was there a redo?
Intensifiers clean it up.
What happened there? Well, we'll find out maybe a little bit later. All right, London Vasilescu coming in for Naoto. We'll see how long he gets to play. The young buck. You know, Tyler Sykes was on a roll there, but I guess they're giving him a break. Thing is, it's not like Tyler can come back in too long because we have the women's singles portion coming up soon. London had a good opportunity for a +2.
Yeah, I would have loved to see him close that volley off, knock it off cross court, and now he's in an absolute war. Yeah, there we go.
Well, I wonder, Jonathan, so, you know, we saw London coming through the qualifying. Talk about his hamstring a little bit, and while he's playing today, he must feel good about where his hamstring is. I wonder if he was just a little bit too careful there and his instinct took over to protect himself.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, he definitely was a little hesitant. That's a huge point right there. Stop the bleeding. Right here, I'd love to see a good kicker out wide, a big forehand of the open court to a safe margin.
Yeah, Irina only has one more timeout left in this men's singles portion, but there's only 5 minutes left. I wonder if she just takes the timeout pretty quickly, lets Tyler warm up with some good jumping jacks. You know, we do have a bike over there, but I haven't seen that bike being used. We see on the far side. You know, we see Ava using it. Ava, what's the plan right now? Or Irina, what's the plan right now? Ah, there you go.
Sebastian, substitution. Or, yeah, that's the plan. Substitution is the plan.
Good timing over here as we jump in. So, how are you feeling right now? You put Tyler back in.
Yeah, Tyler has just been such a rock. He just knows how to win. Here we go. He uses that fan energy, and he's using all the energy that we're giving him as a team. He's just built for this. He's so pumped.
All right, with just under 5 minutes left. Good luck there, Irina.
Thanks, JY. Let's go, Tyler. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Come on. Take your time.
She is locked in as we see Emma Burgick in the back corner there, getting a little bit of a warm-up in as she's going to be coming up next to help lead the women's team.
Yeah, let's go. Take it, Tyler, take it.
I wonder how different it is for these players, Jonathan. You know, usually, you know, if unforced errors, you don't cheer too much, but here, who cares? It is all about just winning, getting the dub, and we see the team here even cheering some unforced errors there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, if you're soft, you're not going to do very well in this format. And if I'm looking at Tyler, I mean, this guy is just living in the moment. He doesn't care. He's got fans in his ear. Yeah. Yep. Hey, I told you we're going to be strong by the end of this telecast. But Tyler is absolutely killing it. Love the mindset he has.
Raul seems like he is so close to finding his rhythm. All right, and there it is. He's starting to find his range, 67, 55. He is breathing hard. We see a timeout. All right, good timeout by Irina there.
All right, fans, that's the 1 minute timeout.
So now she's done for the search, correct? That's 2?
That's it. No more timeouts for this men's singles portion.
Are you good to finish this out, or you want to
Look at her talk to Tyler there and just to get some ideas on what to do moving forward. Raul is still breathing hard, but they let him ride it.
Yeah, Raul and Tyler have been the 2 best players in this men's bowl. So I would keep them in if I were both coaches, just ride with them and see what happens.
He needs another one of these. Trash cans. Over here. You need another one? I got you. You need another one? Okay. I don't know where the trash can is. Could you help me? Thank you.
Here's your chance to make some noise.
Here we go.
That was close, but Bolt 6, our friends making the electronic line calling, said that was out. Starting to see some more rallies here.
Yeah, this is what I always get concerned about. You know, the challenge team had that early lead, and they came out with all that energy, and Atlanta just kind of keep plugging away. And now we're kind of down to a 10 to 12 point match where, you know, that's really close. So I would like to see Tyler right here, see if he can extend it and get that momentum back so the women have a little bit more of a cushion when they start their first bolt.
When especially after this bolt right here, we'll have a 5-minute break. Had the +2 opportunity. You know, I think that's one of his first volleys of the day, so that one's a tough little one to figure out right there. That might come back to haunt him later.
Look at Raul just grinding away. He's been in for the majority of this bolt. He's looking good. He definitely looks very comfortable for Team Atlanta.
Well,
and Tyler could be running out of gas, honestly.
Well, and a quick little story about Raul. So when I went into the hotel this morning, in the gym, 7 a.m., guess who was there? Raul, full sweat already. So his fitness, you know, I've been talking about it, wondering, seen him breathing hard, but he is proving that he is ready to go. He might be breathing hard, but he's going to keep going. Must be that Bolivian altitude over there.
Was that your humble brag for trying to tell us that you went to the gym at 7 a.m.?
I was in the gym, but I'm not going to share what I did.
I think I would have seen him at like the waffle maker, not the gym.
Oh, look at that angle passing shot from the back corner. +2, that's huge. Haven't seen a lot of successful serve and volleys with this one serve format.
No, and Tyler's backhand is super compact, really solid. He can kind of take it line and cross.
Stop it,
so I don't
push
know
up.
if that's the right play. Yeah. Hey, by the end of this summer, we're both going to have massive chests. We're going to be looking great, and we're going to see a lot of unforced errors like that.
And then we'll start doing some commentary without our shirts, right?
There you go. Then the numbers will really be up.
Oh! Just when you think Atlanta's gonna crawl forward, Tyler Stice leading his challenge team.
I'd love to see Hannah maybe tell Raul when he's coming to the net to approach middle a little bit more. When you stretch Tyler out wide, he moves so well, and he's got such great angles. Try to take the angle away. Oh, my God.
He is on a roll.
Second win. That Gatorade's kicking in.
Yeah, and then you see the +2. They go back. They serve on the same side. They just played the point. 25 seconds left. Really cool to see, you know, Tyler looking up at the clock consistently so that he can figure out how much time he can take. Looking like a veteran on day one.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's been the most comfortable. He's had the best energy. He's embracing this atmosphere as well as anyone. And even though he's a smaller guy, he's a solid player, he's probably had the most 2-pointers as well, which is awesome.
Ooh, almost touched it. Did he touch it? I don't think he did. I don't know if he did touch it, but Jonathan, that's it. Men's singles. The challenge team wins the men's singles portion to give their ladies a shot. As we take a look at some highlights, Jonathan, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean, 13 points honestly feels about right. I thought Raul did a great job of making sure this didn't get out of hand, although that drop shot right there is absolutely horrific. But again, it kind of became a Tyler versus Raul bolt number 3. And the level was actually really, really solid if we compare it to the beginning where players were a little tight. And serves, this was a much, much higher level to finish, even though they were all probably a little more tired.
All right, and there we see what became another +2 opportunity, but we will send it down over to Luke Jensen, who's got another member of the challenge team with him.
One of the star members of the challenge team. You guys came out as the underdogs, London, and you took it to them. You're one of the top players in the area, one of the top juniors. Now you're beating pros?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I'm kicking ass.
No. Well, the intense format's right up your alley, right? Playing big, thinking fast. What's it like being on this cool team?
I mean, everyone's energetic, everyone's having fun. We're all fast-paced, in and out, just all around fun.
What about Coach Falcone? What are you learning?
I mean...
Go for winners.
Yes, go for winners. We need those 2-pointers.
Go get them. Go get them. Back to you, JY.
All right, thanks, Lucas. We had the young buck there, and now let's take a look at these bolts here. 26-22, that second one right there was a huge one, 31-16 for the challenge team. Atlanta did make a comeback in the third one. They take it 25-19, but it's cumulative score here. So unfortunately, they are down 76-63, putting it in the hands of their females to see if they can, you know, close this gap just a little bit more. They had a little bit of help there in that third bolt. We'll see how Hannah is going to manage all of this. Jonathan, what do you think with this little deficit?
Well, if I'm Marina and I'm the challenge team, I'm telling them to be super solid and build the lead early so it's such a big hole it looks insurmountable. And on the flip side, if I'm Hannah, I'm looking at my team going, hey, we need incredible energy, and the first 5 minutes of bolt 1 is so important. I mean, if we take this 13-point lead to, say, 6 or 7, then it feels like all that good work from 3 bolts could be erased. So the first 5 minutes of this women's segment is going to be incredibly important.
All right, Jonathan, well, thank you. And coming up after our short little break here, we are going to have that women's singles portion of the day, so don't go too far. We'll be back with some more tennis.
Hey, it's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you got to know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches, men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
1 toss, 1 serve. Once the ball is in the air, you got to hit it, make it, or lose the point. The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by INTENNSE officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break.
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the INTENNSE Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where we have men's basketball getting the fans up and ready here, and we have a modernized version of the sport. Welcome to the Intense League, as we have the Challenge team and the Atlanta team, where we have Sebastian Nunez getting ready to get that coin toss
before
for
we start,
our
any
women's
question of the
singles
rules?
match.
All right, challengers call it heads or tails? Heads is a call. Shush, sorry. All right, I'm gonna reflip it, my fault. Heads again? Heads, please. See if I can catch it this time. All right, it's heads, serve or receive? Receive. Challengers to receive, Atlanta serves. Good match.
All right, Jonathan, here we go. Emma Burdick, far side of the court, getting things started off for the Challenge team. Salma Ewing for the Atlanta team. 10-minute bolt, first one of 3. Here we go.
And I love Irina starting off with Emma, an experienced player, a coach herself, someone who can start off this match solid, just like I said.
All right, and that's a big first point for the women's singles match, as it is a 77-63 lead for the Challenge team. So the women are just getting started, but the men's had a lot of tennis going on early, and it is cumulative score. So the men have, for the Atlanta team, have not really helped out their women, as they are starting things off with a deficit. And Jonathan, it's so tough because for both teams, they understand the importance of these first 2-3 minutes, right? You know, and Jonathan.
Yeah. Yeah, you would hope they do. I'm looking right here and I see Emma. Look, she's going to be a rock. I told you from the start, she's solid. She knows what she's doing. Great person to start this bolt off with. And Selma's going to be in a tricky spot here, because is she going to start overplaying because Emma doesn't give her too many free points? So it's going to be a very, very tricky situation for Team Atlanta.
Yeah,
there we go, another unforced error.
Yeah, great thoughts from our co-host Jonathan Stokey. And is that another push-up for you there?
No, I think I was complimenting Emma, who also played a good point, so I might take away a push-up right there.
Okay, fair enough. Emma on the far side serving for the Challenge team, you know, trying to extend this lead. Seen her hit a couple late backhands, so backhand looks a little timed off, forehand looks okay, but still hanging in there. 80-64, 4-1 in the individual portion of this women's singles match, but overall 80-64. And there you hear the fans screaming in the middle right there. That's going to be very different. I wonder if that threw her off.
And again, I heard Irina right there say, be ready. So she's already planning that substitution. I feel like she's on her game. She's got the team all in sync. They're all together. And that could be a very, very big reason why we have this big deficit to start.
You see the players there warming up as they're waiting for their opportunity to sub in. So each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. We'll see when we have Addie and Sadira coming in for Emma. Oh, I think she wanted the call to be out, but challenge. No, can't challenge here. Electronic line calling. Ball was in +2, and that's going to be a new thing for the players, right? Where, you know, it's electronic line calling. It's as it goes. There's no challenges either.
Yeah, there's no one to yell at. You just got to take it, move on, next point mentality. I mean, that's the best thing about this format. You can't live in the present or in the future or the past. You got to be living in the present every point because it's coming at you very quickly.
Well, and that's one of the bigger no-nos as a coach, right? Don't stop the ball just because you think it was going out. Play it, and then if it's out, okay, stop after.
Yep, it's high on my list of pet peeves that I see on a daily basis.
Will we see a new blog coming out for that?
Yeah, maybe. When Stokey after Instagram hits.
All right, we see someone try to loosen up. I mean, she almost hit a fan in the back there, but she's at least trying to loosen up, swing it out. We see the smile after. I actually like that. You know, at some point you got to let it go, trust yourself, and you know what? It might be a good miss for later on. We'll see how it goes.
And right there, 2 forehands in a row, like you said. If I'm Emma, I'm pounding the forehand. Serve there, first ball there. When someone's a little unconfident with a stroke, don't let them off the hook. Just keep going there relentlessly. Oh, great.
Yeah, well, we see the fans screaming in there. It's very different. They have to learn how to block out the noise. Do have the music going, but still, a fan can jump in there and they can scream at any point. And these players are just going to have to get used to that.
You know, it's funny, like when we were in college, we used to have music blasting at every practice. You've got people screaming. I mean, once you're used to it, it's really not that big a deal. It's all just what your home base is. If you play a normal match and it's crickets out there, then this could be a little alarming, but they'll all get used to it very, very quickly.
So 84-70 in the overall portion. Atlanta's chipping away a little bit. We'll see here. Never mind. +2. Good little momentum stop. Looks like Irina's just going to let Emma ride this out a little bit longer.
And again, if you're the challenge team, you're happy to tread water right now. I mean, if you're even close to 50% in these bolts, you've got the big lead. You just want to keep maintaining and maybe slightly build. Atlanta right here, I'd love to see them make a push in these last 5 minutes.
All right, let's see right now. So, you know, Salma, see if she can settle in, build a little momentum. That's a good-looking kick serve. Look like she's
Let's get a
off.
sub. Give me a sub, Irina. We've had a single fall and a couple missed returns. Let's mix it up.
You know, we've probably been 1 point away from a sub a few times, but Emma hangs in just enough to break the momentum and just give Irina enough reason to stay in there.
And you got to appreciate that as a player when your coach trusts you, which is earned. Someone of Emma's caliber and experience, composure, she is earning that trust from Irina right now.
Yeah, just what a story with Emma right here. Comeback, her determination. Couple kids that stopped tennis, comes back. You know, no one's ever going to doubt her work ethic and her ability to push forward no matter how tough things are.
Is it as tough as saying that sentence, completing it cleanly?
I hope it's not.
And again, I would say right now, just watching this women's match, the energy feels like it's a little bit lower right now. It's not quite as loud from the people. There's an opportunity for both teams to kind of take the energy and the momentum right here. And obviously, if you're Atlanta, you must do that with this deficit.
Well, and that's that 5-minute break, right? In between the matches, we have a longer break. And I think in between the bolts, you have a much shorter break, so it's easier to continue that energy all the way throughout. But then when you kind of sit down, you have a little bit of a longer break, maybe took a little bit of a breather. But yeah, if I'm the challenge team, you got to push through here. You got to get a big lead. But yeah, I'm nervous with their energy. Tyler looks like he's up there ready to go. There we see some of the intensifiers on the side there. They're locked in ready. Intensifiers are the ball kids for each team. So each team has their own set of intensifiers that helps them get the balls very fast, clear the court, and helps them start points very fast. Yeah, look at all the fans we have right there, Jonathan. So this stadium is built upwards, so the fans are just right on top of the court. Got to be a different feeling.
I'm jealous, and I have a couple people who I know in the Atlanta area who are there today, and they said it's an awesome environment.
Well,
wish I could be there in person.
You know, something tells me that you'll get to experience how close they are right there. I mean, literally right on top of the court. Gotta be something different for these players that are used to just playing more sideways, right? Even if that stadium goes up, it's still more sideways. And 16-13 in this first of 3 women's bolts, 92-76 overall. 2 minutes left. Emma Burgick serving on the far side for the challenge team.
And this is where you're going to start seeing tired legs, right? Like 8 minutes in, no breaks, sucking wind. This is where, I mean, Arena's used both timeouts already, but this is where players kind of have to catch their breath, do a little box breathing and get back in there, because this is where you're going to see some tired legs and some quick mistakes.
Well, and we do get 2 more timeouts back in this women's singles match. So she did use them very wisely in the men's singles match, and then they reset in this women's portion of the match. But just trusting Emma's legs, she's starting to move better and better here. But also on the other side, Selma being left in. Big forehand there.
So Selma's got the forehand that I see a lot, which she's got a little bit of a big take back. So when she has time like that, it looks really good. And when it gets rushed, sometimes there's mistakes. So from Emma's standpoint, it's going to be very interesting. She can't really go to that forehand side slow. She has to go to Selma's forehand faster if she wants to get that unforced error.
Yeah, and we'll see. This is a little bit of a slower court. It's not too fast running the court. You can see the grit that's chewing up the fuzz. So we'll see as this match rolls on, we'll see her more and more time and start to play better and better. She's looking more comfortable.
And unless I'm missing something here, there's no subs, right? We're just letting it ride for this whole bowl.
Two
marathon women.
45 seconds left here. I mean, Selma's finding that range. She looks very comfortable, moving very well. And we only have 30 seconds left. She just hasn't connected. She looks like she's about to, though, like Raul was at one point. But we're going to have 20 seconds now, so I don't know if she's going to be able to build on that momentum. What a bolt, so tight, 19-19.
And here we go. This could be it right here for bolt number 1. Oh, yeah, you can feel the tightness right now, the pressure.
All right, and so the women's singles first bolt goes to Team Atlanta, or should we say Salma Ewing, since she played the entire time. But overall, challenge team still leading, Jonathan.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Arena, I'm happy to tread water. A 1-point loss in bolt 1, not a big deal. On both sides, you saw some positives, some negatives. I think Emma was missing a few too many serves. And then on Selma's side, it was a lot of forehand mistakes, and so they kind of traded those back and forth, sprinkled in some good tennis. But you know, if I'm Selma, I'm picking bigger targets, and if I'm Emma, I'm taking a little bit of pace off that serve and adding some spin.
Well, why don't we take it down to Luke, who's got Salma there from Team Atlanta. All right, Luke, you got Salma there? All right, Luke, what do you got down there?
We have an All-American at the University of Southern California. This Trojan got her first bolt for the Team Atlanta. What was it like with so much pressure?
Honestly, I like the energy. I feel like it gives me like good footwork, good shots. The crowd here is awesome. The arena is so beautiful. So I'm just fortunate to be playing here today.
No, you played a lot of college tennis. It's got to be similar.
Yeah, definitely intense. People yelling when you're serving.
How about the music?
Yeah, the music, all of it. Like you have to really like stay dialed in, focus on the ball, and try to play your best tennis. So.
But USC Trojans go for winners. You weren't holding back on that forehand. Go through the tactical awareness of like the time, and you had to strike.
Yeah, no, I definitely like transitioning my nerves into like good energy. So just swinging out on all my shots. Using the environment to like really pump me up, and I think it really helped. So
like when you were beating those Bruins, back to you.
All right, Jonathan, I love those comments from her. Just she's embracing this environment, using the environment. A lot of times players try to pretend they're in their own little safe space as opposed to just taking it all in.
Yep, I mean, look, bolt 1 with the men, you got Tyler embracing it, now you got Salma embracing it. I mean, that's going to be a big part of who relaxes and plays their best tennis, is kind of embracing that challenge in the new environment.
So on the near side here, Tanya Sosnutskaya seeing her first action of the day for Team Atlanta. Emma Burgick continuing on the far side, so fitness looking really good. $96.85 in the overall score here. 9 minutes left in this second of 3 10-minute bolts. And Jonathan, what do you think as we have this second matchup now, really, right? With Emma and Tanya, 9 minutes left. What do you think?
I mean, I'm surprised Emma's getting right back in there. I mean, like I said, 10 minutes straight with very little time between points. I'm going to be interested to see how her legs hold up and how her decision-making holds up. One of the best things about her game is being rock solid. And so if she starts to get tired and getting on the run, a little stretch, be changing directions, but she shouldn't, Team Atlanta might have an opportunity in this bolt.
It's a solid rally so far. You know, we got Team Atlanta on the near side here, off the bench, supporting Tanya. She's seen her first action and some very good action to get started. Jonathan, this is, whoa, oh, what a rally. Longest one, men or women, longest rally of the day. I don't know if your legs can handle that in your tennis days as you're a doubles specialist, always looking to come to the net. What a point.
Yeah, I can confidently say I've never put a point that long. But you can see Emma right there, leaning over. She's breathing heavy. I mean, that's a big time point. I'm surprised she was able to win that next one. That's amazing competing from her.
That's good effort. She looked at the clock wisely. She's using all of those 14 seconds. And the fans helping her understand the clock as she was about to serve, but that clock's winding down. But the fans helped her not rush it.
Hey, great serve, a lot of pace on that one. And again, like I said, she had a few mistakes in the first bolt. If she can clean up that serve, I think she's going to do very, very well.
All right, Hannah down there. You got Tanya going in. How are things looking for your player as she sees her first action of the day?
We're doing not too bad out here. We're just trying to find a rhythm out here on this court right now, currently. So point by point, that's all we're thinking about right now. Being a little more patient, trying to set the point up. And then the right moments, get those 2 points.
Anything specific you want to see out of Tanya right now?
Out wide balls, we want to look for her to create a little more depth so she can step in on the next ball. So right ball for her to step in on to be more aggressive.
All right, well, thanks, Hannah. Good luck.
Thank you.
Here
we go, T.
Just letting her players play. You know, you have those coaches that really trust their players and just don't like to overcoach, and just look at that confidence and trust from Hannah in there. I think on the previous serve, Emma missed that serve because the beat dropped big time as we have the music going on here.
Yeah, I want to know who the DJ is. Who's choosing the tunes back there? They're doing a good job.
Big backhand right there. I almost gave a round of applause. That was a beautiful shot. 104.87. We see the quick serve because Tommy wasn't ready. Oh, good touch. I mean, great
That's a great
awareness.
touch.
All right, and we see our first timeout from Irina. Haven't seen any from Hannah yet, but we see Irina using the timeout. Love that, getting the water for Emma. Addie waiting there like, come on. Is it my time? My time? Is it my time? Sadir as well. Like, wait, come on. But when you got somebody as good as Emma, let's see what they decide to do.
Yeah, they might need to give her a Gatorade and an oxygen mask.
Yes,
because 14 straight minutes of these bolts, that's pretty difficult.
That ball to go forward.
My serve, right?
Yes. Yes. Let's go, team.
Jonathan, let's see what this bench has to say right here for the Atlanta team.
Come on, T. Right here. Let's go.
Wow, we got Chip Rally up there in the stands. He is loving that. You got those dance moves, Jonathan?
I think very few do. I mean, those hips are loose up there.
107.88.
Shoki's spider sense is starting to go off a little bit. I think this is a pivotal point. I think Emma looks like she's about to create some distance. It's really important for Tanya to be solid the next 2-3 points. Oh, there's my kiss of death. Push up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your tennis pilot speaking. We've reached a cruising altitude of FUN. That's fun. Take off your seatbelts and do the woozy.
All right, so for those of you looking down at the scoreboard, 32-26 in the women's portion of this match, 108.89 overall. It is cumulative score at the end of the day win. So the men's singles matches were the ones to lead things off. We have the women's singles right now, and it looks like keeping Emma in there by Irina is choosing to be the right play. Chip Rally's just loving this work by Emma as well. And we see Jonathan really quick on the near side have to call out a substitution was made. Ava Haraster, Auburn University graduate on the near side, seeing her first action.
Yeah, she came in and honestly right away, she looks a little bit cold and obviously tight. She hasn't been playing. Emma's in full rhythm. And so while Emma might be tired, she also is a little more comfortable right now. Again, we're seeing this lead extend. We're up to 21 points now.
This is the challenge coaches face, right? You know, how long do you keep a player out? Because now they're not playing for so long, right? There are no warm-ups here. They have to go right into it. And so you have to make a choice. Fortunately for Irina, Emma's been playing the whole time, but she's playing so well, she doesn't have to deal with that. Because you kind of, at this point in time, it makes sense to just let Emma keep going.
Yeah, I'd love to see Hannah call a timeout, get Selma back in there. She won bolt number one. Get your best player back in there who felt comfortable.
Coach, look at you. Look at you, Coach. Oh, but you want Salma, not Tanya. Oh, don't worry, I won't tell her.
Yeah, don't tell her. I do like the switch, though. She did not look comfortable, though.
You're half right. Well, maybe fully right.
Zero.
Does it make you happy that you missed that shot because now it makes you right about being Salma in? Tell the truth.
I tell my wife every day my 3 favorite words are, you were right.
All right, 114-90 overall, 38-27 in this women's singles match. Challenge team has been leading the way all the way through. These qualifiers are making a statement right now that they belong at this level.
And like I mentioned about that 4 or 5 minute mark, I felt like Emma was going to start extending, and she has. We're up to 25 points. The women's singles are up 12 points right now. This is a crucial time again. I'm banging the drum for Selma. We got to get her back in there and kind of slow this momentum down.
Emma's starting to roll. Look how she's moving sideways. That footwork on point. C belongs in a dance room right now. And I just ruined it. Push up for me.
Push up. Get in there.
We should start doing, at some point, weighted vest push-ups. If you get to a certain number in one match, you deserve to throw some extra weight on.
Yeah, depends how bad of a shot you make of this with your compliment. It's interesting. I thought Emma would get more tired, but if anything, she looks more comfortable and more in rhythm right now.
Yeah, she's hitting that second win. You know, if you're only stuck in that first win, it looks like you're totally gassed, right? But any great athlete that's been training and competing really hard knows if you can break into that second win and the nerves calm down, you actually feel absolutely amazing, even though you haven't taken a break.
Yeah, the only negative thing I could say about Emma right now is that serve still is a little hit or miss. There's some free points in there, but their baseline game has been absolutely rock solid.
Oh, well, we got a sub right there. There we go, playing in quickly. Addie Rogan seeing her first action of the day. I like that, using the slice. Didn't go in, but at least to try to slow things down, just put a few balls in play. You know, they have a 116-94 lead. I think this is a good time to get somebody in, give Emma a break, bring her back for that third bolt, but that's just me.
Yeah, I like it, and I also would say, hey, when you're coming in cold like that, as a coach, my rule would be hit 2 or 3 balls exactly down the middle, get your rhythm before you even start to try to spread the court.
That was a good touch there. You know, yeah, I mean, Addie just rolling the ball in. She hasn't served in a while, but I thought that was a nice thing. Just put it in. Just see if that other opponent can finish things off there. And very interesting. The clock got to Tanya there. 2 seconds, 1, and that is the end of the second bolt. Jonathan, we have the challenge team extending their lead. You know, as we look at these highlights, what really stands out to you?
Like I said, I actually thought Emma got better. I was worried she was going to get worse with fatigue. I thought she started moving better, getting more solid. And I found it interesting. You know, Irina is riding her best player and letting her stand for the majority of the 2 bolts. Whereas I thought Selma was the best player on Team Atlanta, but she didn't see any action in bolt number 2. So she might just be looking to get everyone a little bit of experience for future matches. But I really would like to see Selma get a majority of the play time in bolt number 3.
Addie.
All right, let's take it down to Luke Jensen, who's got Addie Rogan.
Addie, you were fantastic to close. Emma, doing all that hard work, and you're the closer on that one. What's it like being part of this intense family?
It is such like an exciting, like nerve-wracking feeling. It is so fun being out there. I really enjoyed it, and Emma's doing such a good job.
But you have so many weapons. You can get forehand winners, backhand winners. What's it like with the crowd and the music?
It's so fun. I love this kind of environment. I definitely, like, I feel like the excitement being on the court. I really love it.
What's it like working with Coach Falcone?
It's good. She's amazing. She is so sweet, and she knows what she's doing.
Go win the next bowl.
Thank you.
The challengers are going for it.
All right, thank you, Luke. Thank you, Addie. And when we come back really fast, we're going to have the third bolt of this women's tennis match.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see.
That's what intense tennis is.
Here we go. Intense Arena, Decatur, Georgia. Challenge team versus the Atlanta team, but challenge team filled with qualifiers leading the way right now. Addie Rogan serving on the far side for the challenge team, serving to Salma Ewing. Atlanta on the near side. You know, we saw Salma have a lot of action in the first bolt, but then not too much. And Addie now seeing a little continuation from her action at the end of the second one.
I'm expecting Salma to kind of dig into this lead right here. I was very impressed with her first bolt. She's got a little bit more playing time in. Addie only got a few points last time. Ooh, barely missed.
Barely, that was a good, I would have called it out. Sorry, folks, I would have called it out.
It's all right, you're just exposing yourself as a hook on the broadcast. All good.
You mean a winner?
Yeah.
No asterisk next to the score.
Synonyms. Yeah, sometimes they're synonyms.
UTR does not include how that match finished.
And again, I gassing Selma up this whole time, and now she's just ripped 3 forehands out. We got to bring that in a little bit.
Yeah, 121.97 for the challenge team in the overall match score. The men's for the challenge team led things off, did a great job, and now the women are also extending it. You know, they see that they have a 46-34 lead in the women's portion of this match.
There we go.
Yeah, that's what you want to see. I mean, Addie doing a good job just being really consistent with serves, but we see Emma Burgick come back in, making a quick sub there as she subs in for Addie Rogan. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. Emma got to catch her breath, and let's see if she can finish things off here. So, Jonathan.
Well, this is what we got bolt one, right? Best against best.
Yeah, Jonathan co-hosts alongside me in this match today. It's been a very, very, I guess we can say, surprising event so far. You know, qualifiers coming in Thursday, Friday. They're just trying to find a way because they believe they deserve an opportunity against the pros. Atlanta team might be looking at that qualifier next week saying they might need some matches.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you take the names off the teams, I mean, the challenge team has had far more energy. They've served a little better than Team Atlanta. The team vibe has been much better. Irena's been using more timeouts and substitutions. They look more experienced. They look more comfortable. And that's a big reason why they have a 23-point lead right now.
Yeah, and you know, that's a benefit. You can practice this format all that you want, but when you play live matches, which these qualifiers have played live matches inside the arena. We've had some preseason matches, but not in an arena like this, not with fans like this, not with music like this. And these qualifiers have it, and they are having a 125 to 102 lead, 49-39 in the women's match. Oh, I should have come to the net, Jonathan. There she is.
Yeah, you know, she's
okay.
allowed. Yeah,
all right.
There you go. Better late than never. Emma had to write her a handwritten welcome note to the net for her to come in for that volley, but she'll take the 2-pointer.
Yeah, you can win a point, but that doesn't mean you did everything right that time. But she got away with it. +2 if you win a point and hit a clean winner. It counts as +2. I kind of like that miss it into the bottom of the net. Don't give her a volley opportunity.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Like I said, I mean, there's no place for a slice lob in this format. But right now, Salmo's starting to put a little pressure. Coming in the net a couple times. I absolutely love that play.
All right, well, we're going to take it to Irina here, 126 to 105 lead. How you see your team going there, Irina?
Honestly, this is just very, very close right now.
We see the.
I think that was a foot fault. Sorry.
Yeah, that timeout sounds like my cell phone from 20 years ago.
I'm about to do another timeout here in a second. It's so much time management and player management.
What do you want to see from Emma right now?
There you go. There you go. Give me 30 seconds before the next timeout. Give me the best you got. Let's go. So tough, Emma. So tough. Timeout. 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 Take your time. Take your time. Timeout time. Take your time. Let me get you some water. Go to team. There you go. All right, just move her around. She doesn't want to be hanging tough with you. Okay? Just stay in it. Stay in the point. You know that she's not gonna withstand it. Okay? And you're feeling that forehand a little bit more. You're feeling it. You're releasing it a little bit more. But just remember, whenever you're not feeling it, bigger targets. That's it. Just hit the crap out of it, but just choose a big target. Okay? Keep applying pressure. All right? Just get it all out.
Don't get quiet now.
You're playing great. All right? 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Give me some of your best. Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All the way up. There is no shit.
Jonathan, I'm fired up after that. I want to rack it, throw my shoes on, and I want to get down there and play. Irina's fired up for Emma.
Hey, she's bringing it. She's a big reason why they're having success today. She's kind of setting the tone. I love that she gave her the heads up the timeout was coming, so Emma can kind of invest in her footwork, get fully fatigued, and now catch her breath. Let's see how this works out for him.
Yeah, and then what I really loved from Irina's comment, telling the team to go rally around and support her. You know, the traditional tennis format is so individualized. They're not used to going around and being in this team environment like that. I love seeing the team environment, the team fire, and there you see them all off the bench. They are ready for Emma, getting her going for these last 5 minutes in this third bolt for the women's match.
Yeah, what a point. You know, something I'd love to see Irina help Emma with is because she's trying to manage the energy, is maybe let that clock get down to like 2 or 3 seconds every time so she's not rushing too much. Take as much time to get that heart rate down, get the legs fresh before the next point.
Well, she did it there. She took it down in 2 seconds. Let's see how she manages this one. I mean, she's bouncing the ball calmly. I think she took a look up at the clock right there, and again, plays that point with about 4 seconds remaining. Toss still getting away from her moving forward at times. Other than that, she's done a great job today, and we'll see if Salma can try to close the gap a little bit as we have doubles coming up next.
Again, Selma's got like a little bit of Trent Bride. I see the same thing where they got these big swings on the forehand. They hit it big, but I'd like to see them bring the margin in a little bit. There's just a few too many free points. By the way, I have nightmares about backhand down the lines wide. Keep me up at night, like that one right there.
Well, I never missed one mod because I had to go down the middle because I couldn't hit it cross court.
Yeah, my coach would have me running laps for a backhand down the line wide. All right, Selma, let's go. Big targets, a little spin. 3 minutes here. Close the gap. Doubles ahead.
Okay, there you go.
There
First time you don't jinx a player.
Yeah, it only took 5.5 bolts.
Never mind.
Oh, there we go. I mean, can you really blame that one on us, though? I've seen a lot of serves in the net today. I mean, just the sheer odds that we'd be speaking when that happens is pretty high.
Wait, are you saying that from the sideline we have no effect on this match? Come on.
Yeah. I control everything with the way I'm sitting in my guest bedroom right now. The comments I make, we are controlling the match for sure.
Well,
oh, great.
absolutely.
Light court serve.
I remember when the Miami Heat were playing the Dallas Mavericks in the final. I had to watch the entire fourth quarter from the kitchen because when I went to go grab a drink, they went up double digits. So I had to just sit there and watch because I was impacting the game.
Yeah, you and the other 200 million people watching.
We all did it together. Fans united. Here we go. Emma Burgic, 135-109 for the challenge team. What a rally here as we have going. Big forehand down there. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah! I'm fired up.
So good going behind her there. Selma running open court, nice and composed. Oh.
This challenge team, they have so much energy. You know, we talked about that energy earlier in the match, Jonathan, between the challenge team and the Atlanta team. Just haven't seen that sense of urgency from the bench for the Atlanta team.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old chicken and the egg, right? Like, do they have energy because they're playing well, or are they playing well because they have energy? The challenge team has both. I would say Team Atlanta definitely has not had the energy all day. Now, part of that is because they've been struggling and making some errors. But I do think when you're struggling, number one is you get your physical energy up. You get a lot of positive emotion. And I haven't seen Team Atlanta make that change today. Wow.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What a point defense. Somebody sign her up for a marathon. She is ready to go. Wow.
That's a little three-point swing. I thought Selma had the volley winner. Oh.
It worked. Oh, yes. +2. 45 seconds left, not just in this third bolt, but in the women's singles match. I love the changeup. She hasn't been serving great. Well, I mean, Selma loved it too, unfortunately, but at least she's putting it in play.
There could be a little fatigue factor in there, but at least she's not giving away the free point with the single fall. All right, Emma needs to slow it down. She is sucking wind here.
Well, just under 20 seconds left, though. Well, that's not the gift you want. You want to keep it running as she's breathing hard. Is she going to run the clock down? I think we're going to have to play one more point. Ooh, she went for it. And that is going to do it. The marathon lady, Emma Burgic, just putting a performance on right there. Jonathan, we're going to get to some replays here, but this has been the Emma Burgic show.
Yeah, I mean, look, super impressive. I don't know what she's been doing with her fitness in Florida. So that is vastly impressive to play that many points in that short a period of time and stay that solid. And again, I've been crying for Selma to come in for full three, and she came in and had a few too many forehand errors, especially early. But super, super impressed with what Emma was able to do there.
How much do you think that was her having to wait a little bit too long? I know you had asked for her to go in earlier in that second bolt, but they put Tanya instead.
Yeah, I mean, look, she won bolt number one, so we know she can hang with Emma. I do think it's a little bit of a disadvantage to kind of sit for that 10 to 15 minutes and then come out cold. Like I said, Emma almost got that second win and looked more comfortable. So, yeah, that definitely could have been impacting her game a little bit.
Well, let's take it down to Luke Jensen, who's got the marathon lady right there.
More like Wonder Woman. Emma, how are you able to pull out that bolt?
Mindset, honestly, everything. I'm a mom, as you know, of two boys.
Mom of two, yes.
2 boys, 4 and 5-year-old, and honestly, what's been working lately is thinking of them in that moment. I'm like, you give birth, it's way harder than this. You got this, you know?
You were driving the balls, you're going corner to corner, and now you coach a lot of elite players, so that's got to help you.
Well, the thing is, the conditions are difficult, you know, and it's like, it's different environment, and you really have to stay focused on what you need to do, you know, like for me, what I just changed in the last one, like I'm just gonna move her. She doesn't want to move. I wasn't like going for too much, right? Because there's no need to hit like winners. And then that's how you break them down. That's
with about a minute to go, you had like a 30-ball rally.
Oh my God.
And she had you on a string.
Yes.
What was your mindset? What was your will at that point?
Honestly, you know what helped in that point? You know how it's, if it's a winner, it's 2 points?
Yeah.
And I was literally telling myself, like, just touch the ball. And then I would, like, literally touch the ball, but, like, I'm like, oh, I actually got it. And I think that's actually going to help me, like, in the future. That's just crazy how you have to have the mindset of, like, going for every ball. You never know. I'm not, per se, like, the fastest person. But I was reading it. I was just telling myself, just go try to touch it. I'm like, I touch it. I'm like, oh, it's in. Okay, next one. Go. And you know, and like the crowd, like, and everything, they were like, wow. I was like, come on, one more. And I love that. I feed off of that.
That's
Yes.
intense. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Next bolt coming up.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, some great comments from Wonder Woman, Mama Emma there as we take a look at the overall match summary of the women's portion. You know, the challenge team had a lead going in thanks to the men. And now they tried to chip away early but couldn't really jump in. And now the challenge team is taking a bigger lead, 141-114. You see the men's winning 76-63, and then the women just extended it 65-51. The Atlanta team is going to have a big jump in this men's doubles portion that is going to come up next, because if not, it is going to be very difficult.
It's Trent from Team Atlanta. If you want to watch Intense, you gotta know the rules because it's different from the tennis you're used to. Let's go.
Intense is a team sport. Each team consists of 6 players, 3 men, 3 women, roll on, roll off, substitutes all throughout.
Each Pro League duel is made up of 3 matches: men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, and mixed doubles.
Each match is made up of 3 10-minute bolts with shot clocks in use. Each team has 2 timeouts per match.
We have easy-to-follow numerical scoring with 1 point for a regular win and 2 points for a clean winner.
1 toss, 1 serve. Once the ball is in the air, you gotta hit it, make it, or lose the point.
The server sets the pace. Returners must be ready, and there's a maximum of 14 seconds between points.
Bolt 6 electric line calling will be overseen by intense officials.
At the end of each match, the highest score wins. A deciding point will be played if teams are tied at the final whistle of the final bolt.
The team with the highest aggregate score at the end of the final ball of the final match is declared the winning team and takes home the cash.
Got it? Good. Enjoy the matches.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire.
And that's what the fans want to see you.
That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome everyone to the cutting edge Intense Arena as we have the kickoff weekend for the Intense League. I'm your host, JY Obone, where we have the challenge team taking on Atlanta, and we have Sebastian Nunez with the coin toss for the doubles portion of today.
Yeah, anytime there's a substitution, the server does not have to wait for the returner. Play goes on. All right, we're going to try this again. Heads or tails? Tails. Server receive. All right, Atlanta to serve.
All right, here we go. Atlanta won the toss. Looks like they're going to serve as they're going to try to make up this big deficit. Trent Bride, Kevin King leading the way for the Atlanta team on the near side. Tyler Stice, Naughty on the far side for the challenge team. Jonathan, here we go. Oh!
Yeah, look. Tough way to start right there for Atlanta. But if you're Atlanta, you're going, hey, we got to win each bolt by 9. So it's not undoable. But instead of trying to get it all back at once, they got to stop giving away so many. But good God, the challenge team.
We just saw 2+2s to start, Jonathan.
Wild. I can't even complete a sentence. I've already seen 2 winners.
So when you hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. And Tyler had 2 clean winners there as we have the first of 3 doubles bolts. Men's doubles for 10 minutes, women's doubles for 10 minutes after, and then we'll finish off with mixed doubles at the end. 9 minutes left, 145, 117. It is a cumulative score at the end of the day as we've had men's and women's singles matches, and this is where we are right now. Kevin King with that world-class volley. This is where he shines, Jonathan.
It is. He's got a great serve. He's really, really good at coming forward. And you've already seen here through a couple points. Number one, he's had some great shoelace volleys. But we're going to have a lot of 2-pointers and doubles just by having more players at the net. And that's why it was so important for the challenge team to build that lead in singles, because I really think anything can happen in these 3 doubles bolts.
Look at those volleys right there. That Atlanta team finally showing some sense of urgency on the sideline. Whoosh, I was wondering when they were going to come to life.
Well, I mean, those 3 shoelace volleys from Kevin are absolutely absurd. Look at that, a 4th one.
Was there a touch there? Think there was a touch or no? Nope, no touch. 2 points. Oh, around the net.
It's so funny. I tell my players all the time, you're not allowed to try between the legs, but if you ever get a chance to go around the net post, you take it. That is an awesome shot.
And there we see that electronic line calling right there. Touch
great
it.
Move.
Okay.
And again, the challenge team just wants to reduce 2-pointers for Team Atlanta. So any ball they can touch, honestly, it's even better than barely getting it back. It's just good to touch it and limit them to 1 point, reduce the damage.
150, 122 challenge team on the far side. Still has a big lead. Team Atlanta is playing better in the men's doubles, but we'll see if they can hold them off.
Again, the goal, what do they say? I might be making something up on the spot. How do you eat an elephant? They say 1 bite at a time. How do you come back from 27 points? 1 point at a time, 1 bolt at a time. They just need to get a 6 to 9 point victory here in bolt number 1.
Yeah, I think you made up that elephant thing, but I get it. It works.
Did you like it?
No, but I get it.
All right, here. Let's get Kevin with a solid serve. Let's get Trent poaching in the middle of the court.
Ooh! Almost. Even Trent there, like, oh man, that was almost a +2.
Yeah, at this point, I almost expect Tyler to make everything. Look at that return.
Now, just loving this. Coming over from Japan, playing in the Intense qualifying, one of the best juniors in the world right now. Qualified, but it looks like he is ready for the pros after this. Trent's volley is not ready for the pros.
Yeah, he might, after this match, he might be going out in Atlanta somewhere and laying bricks somewhere, because that was, those were some hard hands.
It's too bad they closed the Ivy,
Oh, wow.
that might have been his spot for UGA. Tyler Stice, everybody. Oh.
And again, who has the energy advantage right now? I mean, you're looking at the challenge team. They're bouncing around. They're on the front foot. Sideline a little more engaged. I mean, these are all factors that are giving them the slight advantage in today's total match.
And look at Naoto. He's loosening up. He went for it right there. Hit such a big serve. I think he broke the camera on the net. We're going to have to take a look at that. Barry Fulcher right there, trying to fix things up, our director of competition, also Home Depot manager when he's in Atlanta. There's that replay right there where he's just gonna go for it. Boom, on the money.
Oof.
Oh, you don't think he did that on purpose?
I sure as hell hope not.
Well, looks like he fixed it. Back in action, ready to go. Look at that veteran
Get
move
right back
there.
in. Let's go. Serve it in.
Great communication by Tyler to go back to the same side, telling Naoto to be ready. Very positive action. Just under 5 minutes left. Only one bolt of men's doubles action. The next one will be women's doubles. Great hands at the net. Jonathan, man, you got to get Naoto over to Duke. You got to let him know, hey, recruit this guy.
Hey, I would have loved to have seen that twice a week when I was at Duke. We had guys who struggled with volleys. He covered the line beautifully. His hands were soft. I really like, he's got this attacking style. He's athletic. He's taking the ball early. He looks a lot more comfortable in doubles, I will say, than he did in the singles bolts.
Yeah, and great communication by Tyler right there. You know, they talk a lot about finding consistent partners, but these qualifiers, they just came through. They just came together, but they are meshing together as if they've been practicing for years.
Yep. They look super comfortable. And again, it's because they're matching each other's energy. You know, they're bouncing around. They both look comfortable. Look at that volley. Good God.
I mean, that was a great return, that snake forehand from Raul. Tough to handle. Tyler doesn't just have a great bag, and he's got great hands at the net.
Yeah, great hands. And you're seeing how difficult it is. You know, when they're spinning these serves in with only one serve, everyone's been stepping up and ripping, and so we've seen a lot of shoelace volleys, and that means there's an opportunity for the returning team to pick that one off and maybe get some 2-pointers.
And it's going to be very interesting, Jonathan. So with this big lead, we've seen challenge team loosen up. They've gone for some first serve aces. Well, there's only one serve dummy. So they've gone for these aces right off the serve. They're going for some bigger shots. They're loosening up. But can the Atlanta team, can they actually loosen up? Because they don't want to tighten up, right?
Yeah, it's tricky. I mean, again, like I said earlier, instead of trying to take so many points, if you're Atlanta, we got to stop giving them away. I mean, that's a missed serve, a missed return that's 15 feet deep. Yes, the challenge team is playing great. They have great energy. But Atlanta is certainly contributing to this big deficit right now. Let's just stop with giving away so many free points.
That's just great.
Like that right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's great hands, but I think that's going for a few too many +2s maybe there. That you're behind the baseline, just makes them volley. Work the point, and you see them, right? They're starting to go a little too big right now. They're trying to find those +2s to cut the deficit, and unfortunately, this lead is going even bigger for the challenge team.
Yeah, this is danger zone. This is timeout territory for Hannah. Stop everything here. Hey, it's 36 points. Is it possible? Yes, but we're going to have to change what we're doing. But the way this is going quickly in the wrong direction, I mean, I'd really like to see a timeout from Hannah here. Wow.
Yeah, we need that timeout, but she doesn't look like she's gonna call it. You know, the challenge team is winning this first doubles bolt 27-16, extending their overall lead by 11, 168-130. That's a lot of points there, Jonathan, as we get another +2.
Yeah, I honestly thought Kevin and Trent were going to come out and make a dent, and they are getting their doors absolutely blown off right now. I've been so impressed with Naoto and Tyler. They're taking the ball early. They're in the middle of the court. Lots of two-pointers. I did not see this bolt going this way for sure.
Yeah, and with all the +2s, we've seen a lot of faults given back, but what the plus-minus differential there, they're still on top 29-17. Ooh.
Oh, baby.
A little miscommunication right there. And for them, you know, just not having played enough together, very interesting as they are the full-time team. They're the pros, but they're not communicating as well as the challenge team. Great move right there by Kevin King on the near side. +2 with that winner when it's an untouched shot by your opponent. Let's see if he can get a few more of those.
Oh, that is just tough. I mean, if we're throwing in a serve that slow, I don't know that there's any tactics or positioning Kevin can use at the net there. You know, you don't want to give away the free point with the serve, but you also can't tumble one in like that either.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kevin was trying to say that it was a touch. Referee saying no, it was not a touch. +2, oh my gosh. This is the Tyler Stice show.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand. This is where they're going to start taking some victory laps here in the last few bolts. If they keep dropping two-pointers like this, this could be all she wrote.
I think I know whose jersey's going to sell out after this weekend.
Oh, we get jerseys. I might got to pre-order mine, a number 36.
I got my computer open. I already ordered mine. Beat you to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Well.
Chaos, good touch.
Yeah, good touch. Risky on the lob, but when you're up that much, you can take some risk. Jonathan, team challenge continues to extend this lead as we take a look at some of these highlights here.
Yeah, I mean, normally you look at two shorter players like Naoto and Tyler, and you don't think they're going to be the people on offense. But they were taking it to him early, taking returns, closing on volleys, lots of two-pointers. And again, what comes first? Is it energy or is it the great play? They had both, whereas Atlanta is a little bit more lethargic, a little bit on the back foot. And then once you get the pole, you know, it seems like a huge amount to overcome.
Yeah, and then with that poaching over there, they just couldn't quite get it together. They tried to move around right there, but it gave them the +2 opportunities. Almost trying to do too much, right?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit too much too early. You look at Tyler, he's almost no-looking that backhand volley down the line. I mean, that guy is in the zone. He doesn't know where he is. He's blackout. It's all good for him.
All right, and we're going to have Luke Jensen right here with Tyler and Naoto.
I'll tell you, you are a dynamite team. You're ready for Wimbledon. What was the difference out there in that bowl?
In that ball, just energized, so energized. And I was just going for big points.
Yeah. Big cuts, and I'll tell you, it's like your highlight show. We got to tape this, man. This is fantastic. What about this chemistry between you two?
Yeah, I mean, you get two small guys that love to compete and love to run and love to hit big in doubles. I mean, good things can happen, you know. You take massive cuts, and we just said we were going to go for it right from the jump. You know, you're playing Kevin King, obviously a great doubles player. You know, like, you've got to take big cuts, you know, and that's just what we did, and we were successful.
Now, you're one of the top juniors in the world. This isn't the country club anymore. You got music, you got fans going nuts. It's intense. What do you think?
Well, I love this place. And, like, I love fans, but there's a lot of people that are booing against me.
No,
yeah.
that's part of the deal, man. Part of the deal.
Yeah, I just love this place.
Played great.
Yeah.
Played great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Luke. Some great comments right there talking about the fans, and we're going to take a very short break, and we're going to have the women's doubles coming up next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
We are back at the Intense Arena where we have the women's doubles portion of the doubles match. Salma Ewing on the near side and Tanya Sasnskaya for the Atlanta team. And on the far side, Addie Rogan and Emma Burgick trying to see if they can extend this lead one more time for the challenge team, but a +2 right there. Salma Ewing and Tanya with great energy going up right there.
And surprise, surprise, Emma starting off in doubles, just going to play almost every minute.
I like that, Jonathan. So you talked about Emma playing a lot, right? But Addie, a little cold, just staying far back, right? Just allowing herself to have a little bit more time to get settled in. Just kind of put a simple return in play, and the volley unforced there by the other team. So not trying to do too much. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the textbook thing in any scoring format, right? Is players trying to do too much. And with 2 pointers and coming in and, hey, this is my big chance. I've been on the bench for a while. I can see where players want to go for more. But if you just stay solid, I think you'll find players will give you points just like that right there. And you don't actually have to play superhuman tennis.
Well, Emma's been doing some superhuman stuff, earned herself the Wonder Woman, Marathon Woman nicknames, as they have a 177-138 lead in this overall match. Good strike by Tanya.
And again, yeah, theme for the day. I mean, right? We got a missed serve followed up by a missed return. You know, so why are we in this hole? Some of it is the energy and the enthusiasm and the offense from the challenge team, but a lot of it is Team Atlanta with self-inflicted wounds for sure.
Seen some calmness there for Team Atlanta. We'll see if that calmness pays off. Salma Ewing to serve.
And I don't know if Team Atlanta knows this, but they're currently down 38 points. Let's get these serves in quicker. Let's get this thing moving, right? Like, we don't have much time left. We got about a bolt and a half. We got to start cutting in now.
That's a great shot by Tanya there.
That's a great ball, and it's that inside backhand, right? Like when she was stretched out wide, forehand going across her body, that's a good time to poach, but when she's got the backhand, you might want to protect that line just a little bit more.
Yeah, and you talk about this a lot in your coaching, Jonathan, about just protecting the middle. You might get burnt down the line every now and then, right? But you still want to protect the middle.
Absolutely. The middle of the court, it's like an hourglass, right? Like the middle of the court is where all the action is, and that's where you want to be, right? Where that ball went. Exactly there. So you always remember that emotional dent when someone hits one in your alley, but the reality is most of the returns are to go right where Salma just went, which is right to the middle of the court.
That was a big return by Salma there, sending a message. They're not done yet.
Great lob.
Both of the challenge team members at the net. Great eye by Emma. Addie wants that ball quick. She wants to serve. She wants to play. Fired up 181-40 to 144 for her team. Great poach. She must have taken your class.
Yeah, I'm going to check to see if she's one of my Instagram followers, because it would make sense. I love that move.
Emma had that. She hit it very well. Great rally right there. Atlanta settling in this women's doubles portion. Probably give her a redo here. Ball coming across the court. The intensifiers trying to get balls to each other. That way the servers have balls on each side of the court. All right, Irina, how are things looking over there?
Hey, how's it going? Sorry, guys. It's going well. We're just trying to just keep using the momentum from the boys' men's doubles. Like, that was such an incredible job by them. So we're just trying to really utilize that momentum here.
Yeah, great energy by your team. You see Emma running around there. Just great effort trying to poach there.
Good try. Use your feet. Yeah, no, Emma's just been so good. She's been so freaking solid this entire match. So it's just been great.
All right, well, let's see if they can keep this up. Good luck down there.
Thanks so much. Substitution, next point.
All right, looks like we're gonna get a little bit of a substitution right there. Coming up next. Or not. Do you sub him out after you just hit a winner?
No, there's got to be a hard rule where you say, hey, you get a winner, you're staying at 1 more point minimum. And you can see the girls shifting a little bit towards the alley. You know I don't love that. They're overprotecting. They're giving a lot of space to the middle of the court. I think long term, the teams that are going to have the most successful time in this league are teams that close the net, get to the middle, and steal those 2-pointers.
Great serve by Addie. That's her biggest one of the day. For the most part, she's just been keeping it simple, rolling it in. I mean, she went after it right there. 187 to 146 in this overall match. 47-32 in the doubles portion.
Yeah, this is starting to get out of hand. This is where pride starts to take over. You know, the odds that we can come back, let's see if my math is correct here, 42 points in a bolt and a half. That's going to be pretty tricky, but players got to have some pride and try to finish on a strong note for sure.
Well, they might be looking for that 10 if this match doesn't get a little bit closer soon. Great, we got a touch right there. Yep, good touch. That's where you go after that ball, and you just, look at that. In what other format do you have your teammates cheering for you just for that effort that you made there, just to not have it be a +2? I love it. Oh!
Yeah, you got to love, no pun intended, that intensity where you have a 41-point lead and you are diving for a ball to touch it to save a single point. That is awesome to see.
Oh, Emma on fire right now. They're trying to come forward. They're trying to come to the net. They're trying to be aggressive. Jonathan, I don't think poaching coming to the net works.
Yeah, it doesn't work against Wonder Woman or whatever we want to call her today. I mean, she is out of her dome good right now.
Let's see. A little bit of a discussion here. The clock continuing to tick. Is it a foot fault?
Wrong side. It was supposed to be outside. She served on the deuce.
Clock keeps ticking here. You're playing all you want, but you got to keep playing. Okay, wow. Veteran timeout. You know, things were getting a little bit wacky right there.
They were just saying that he had actually tipped it. It wasn't a winner, that's what they were saying. That's all they were saying, okay? Let's take a second. Water, real quick. You guys are doing great. I know. You have 30 seconds left. Yeah. Addie, she's... No. You want that? Okay, all right. Addie and Sadir, you guys are going to go? Right now? Yeah? You're going to go next?
All day long right now. We got the doubles.
All right, Jonathan, it looks like we're going to get Sadira getting in for her first action of the day with Addie Rogan. This is the benefit of that huge lead, right? You can get the rest of your team involved and not have to worry too much about scoring too much.
Yeah, get some reps in, get comfortable. Obviously, really tricky for Sadira to be sitting there all day and come into doubles where there's some slow second serves, some fast returns. But definitely good to see her get some action.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't matter for her. Solid return. Gets the point for her team. 192-150. Overall match 51-36 in the doubles portion today. Look at that.
Return.
That's just a good return. That's not her fault.
Nope, it's a rock solid serve. Again, we've seen so many service mistakes today, so to come off the bench cold and at least put a solid one in and make Selma hit a good return, very, very impressive.
Watch. There you go. There you go. Come on.
1 minute, 20 seconds left in this second of 3 bolts. 192-152. I think that's a 40-point lead, but I'll plug that into my Excel spreadsheet. I'll confirm after.
Yeah, it's a good thing for the challenge team when the lead is so large, we need a calculator to figure it out.
That yellow screen lights up over there, letting the players know that there's a minute left. +2 for Tanya. She definitely follows you on Instagram, probably subscribes to your YouTube channel as well after that, Poach.
Love it. And if she's a subscriber to the podcast, she's the holy trinity of followers.
Ah.
A couple good points there from Team Atlanta, showing a little pride, playing the right way. Something to build on.
Less than 30 seconds here. Last about 2-3 points here. Look at the challenge team taking their time, winding the clock down. Addie taking a deep breath, but Sadira's up there locked in, ready to move. Touch
there
it.
we go.
Yeah. Oh. Still a great touch, and that point took a lot of time off the clock, and it looks like that is going to be the last point of this women's doubles bolt. Jonathan, the challenge team, they keep answering all the questions Team Atlanta's throwing their way. We're going to get into some replays over here. This is impressive stuff.
Yeah, like I said, it's been very, very good. If you're looking at the challenge team, what they're doing best is they're just rock solid, right? They're not giving away too many return mistakes, not too many serve mistakes, and when they get the chance to sprinkle in a poach through the middle, they've taken that. But their hustle, that's a great volley right there. Their hustle and their ability to be solid in the first couple balls has been a definite difference maker today.
Yeah, Addie there with some good forehands. Emma with another one. She continues to shine today. It's just been very incredible by the challenge team. We'll see if they can finish things off as we go to Luke Jensen on court with Addie and Sadira.
We have the winning doubles team. Sadira, off the bench, lots of pressure. What was going through your mind?
Honestly, just like making the ball, like making sure I'm moving my feet because I didn't get to play for like the whole thing. So just starting out good, strong, just making shots, yeah.
You did great. And Addie, I mean, tons of pressure. You guys are going for winners. Big serves. You got on a streak for a while. What's the best thing about playing doubles in this format?
I love doubles in this format because I feel like, honestly, the team really like almost like blends together. We work so well together. And I just feel like we both like are working so hard and like it's just like intense out there. So it's really fun.
So cool. Have fun. Have fun. Good luck in the next bolt.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Luke. And coming up next, we're going to have the third and final bolt of the day, mixed doubles, coming up next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Welcome to the Intense Arena as we have the third and final bolt underway here. Kevin King and Ava Harasta serving on the near side, trying to see if they can make a comeback against the challenge team. Tyler Stice, Emma Burgick on the far side. Big energy, Tyler. He's gonna try to get this thing, I can't even say moving, just continuing.
I mean, the question you got to ask yourself, the way Tyler and Emma have been playing, is that duo on the far side of the net capable of losing? Because they have been on fire all day. I love seeing them play together here.
You know, listening to those conversations that we've had with the players in between the bolts, very interesting to see how simple their thoughts have been, right? Just put balls in play, great energy, keep it simple. Everything they're doing, there's nothing complicated within their thought process. They're just competing, playing, and letting their instincts take over.
Yeah, I had a coach tell me one time, when you watch experts in a field, it usually doesn't look that complicated. They make things look easy, and that's because they've simplified things and execute on those basics. And that certainly looks like what we're seeing from the challenge team today.
Let's see if we can get that poach from Tyler. Great move. That's that great 1-2 combo, right? Returner gets it down low, then the net person wants to look for it. Beautiful move here as we have Jonathan Stokey, co-host. What a day so far.
Oh, this has been awesome. It's exceeded all my expectations. I love how quick paced this is. And I love the energy too. And like I said, challenge teams embraced it all day, but this has been a fantastic format.
Yeah, 198, 161 on the overall score. And, you know, we all had the questions on, well, how is this challenge team filled up with qualifiers going to do? They clearly believe in themselves. That's why they signed up to play in the qualifier, to try to take on these pro teams. And I think even they would have been happy if they would have just had a win, but like this is not what I was expecting.
This is dominant. The level's been good. The energy, the tactics have been good. I think Irina has used the timeouts and the substitutions perfectly with the team. There's a great team vibe, and you put all those things together, all those slight edges, and that's how you get this massive point differential.
Yeah, and speaking of those timeouts, that's going to be something that Coach Hannah's going to have to answer after this. You know, has she even used one timeout?
I don't believe so. There was one that I didn't know who called it, but I don't think she's called one. She's definitely substituted a little bit less. She's kind of let the players play. And that might be by design. She might be letting them get their feet wet or letting them experience some failures so they can learn from it. You never really know what the intent is, but she's definitely been a little more hands-off in this match for sure.
Well, and Phil Jackson, Hall of Fame basketball coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, won so many championships. He was notorious for not wanting to call timeouts, right? To let them play, learn how to deal with their emotions and manage the ups and downs of the game. And so it's not that you have to do it one way or another. You just have to learn how your team works. It's the first match of the season here, so we'll see if Hannah decides to change things up for her players as she gets to learn about them.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this doubles goes in this mix. Obviously, you know, we're going to see some weaker serves, some attacking returns, but although this match is going to be over, I mean, team challenge is obviously going to win the overall match. You want to build on some good habits for the future. You want to see if you can pinch middle on some volleys, get some good reps in, get some good serving reps in. So these points still have incredible value moving forward.
Yeah, what is the team going to be focused on, right? Obviously, there's a very difficult task ahead of them. This is a big thing to come back from. So what are they playing for here?
You're playing a little bit for pride in the moment, but again, you always have something to gain. That's something one of my best coaches told me is whether you're playing someone way below you, whether you're playing someone better, whether you're getting your ass kicked or you're kicking ass, there's always something to gain. And right now they have experience and tactics to gain. So I'd like to see them working on their coaching. I'd like to see them mixing up a couple of formations and seeing what might work better for them in the future. But these are not just wasted points where we're just playing out the string. This is something where you can build on and definitely learn from moving forward.
And especially for getting some action under this brand new format, the Intense League, first season ever, first weekend ever. Look, you can practice stuff all that you want. It's just never the same as live action with fans, with everything right there. And look, even Irina just not, she wants more. And so she's going to use that timeout. Let's see what she says to her team right now.
Here we go. There's a couple minutes left. You're going on, buddy. Got to use the momentum.
You're fine.
You good? Okay. All right. Naoto's going on with Emma. All right. How much time do we have left? How much time? 30 seconds. All right. Let's go, buddy. Keep the momentum going. Keep using the pace. Keep using the pace. On that.
Tennis turned up. Make sure you tell a friend and tell a friend.
Here we go. Here we go.
Jonathan, very interesting looking at how the challenge team was handling that timeout. Lots of communication, lots of figuring things out. I mean, you would think that they're down by one and just really trying to make a push. And you look over at the Atlanta team, I didn't see any communication with the team. No strategy, no discussions, no checking in. That's gonna fit two very different sidelines.
Yeah, it looks like a funeral over there. Like they're attending their own funeral. The energy is low. It's definitely not a bench that I'd want to be a part of right now. Obviously, morale is low. But again, like this is where you don't want to fall into that trap of just feeling sorry for yourself. Use these last 5 minutes and build. Get some momentum going for the next match. Build some team chemistry. Show yourselves that you're fighters no matter what. I'd love to see a little more of that. Great volley right there.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of a comeback, a little bit of a run right here. You know, Kevin's playing with some sense of urgency. Ava's had some good volleys, some +2s. There you go, push up.
That's your fault. Yep. God, we're going to be so strong. Can't wait.
Shirts off.
Either that or I'm going to have like massive elbow pain from doing push-ups for the first time in a decade. Either way, We'll see.
We'll get you some red light therapy. You'll be okay.
There you go. Oh, you got to go away from him there. Take the 2-pointer.
Well, I think Emma wanted a little blood. I think she was hit in the side of the head a couple points ago. I think she wanted to give a little bit back.
Total respect.
Nothing wrong with that. Who said tennis isn't a contact sport? If you do hit him and it doesn't touch the racket, that's a winner, right? Counts as +2?
That's a great question, actually. I would say no.
It shouldn't be.
But I don't know.
But if you don't hit it with your racket, remember, it's all about racket ball.
I'm going to want some clarification on that because I could go headhunting in doubles then if I thought those were going to be 2-pointers as well.
I'll look
Great
that
return
up.
from Kevin right there.
I'll look that up in the rule book. What happens if you get hit in the head? +1 or +2?
And look, if we're talking about Pride right now, it's 64 all in doubles. I want to win all 3 of these. I want to win the men's singles, the women's singles, the doubles portion. So the match is out of hand, but right now, challenge team has a 2-point lead in the doubles portion.
207-178 for the challenge team. Emma showing some positivity, some encouragement to her teammate now to right there, wanting to continue things. Really put that stamp on and finish this doubles match off.
Oh boy.
Looks like he was going for a
+2. We're seeing some tired legs. Yeah, we're seeing some tired legs, some poor decision making, a couple traded serve errors there.
One, Kevin had a knee injury earlier this year, been rehabbing, recovering, but again, it's those nerves when you play. If you haven't been experiencing them, it is amazing how those nerves can just weigh you down, tire you down. You're just not used to it, and you think you're just not in shape, but it's just the nerves that are really weighing you down. You just got to play more.
Yep. Yep, there's no substitute. There's no training that you can do. Those guys in the NBA Finals right now, they go out there, they've been playing their whole lives. I know they're more tired going to that first time out. And when he's been practicing and training, he's gotten in good shape. But this is a totally different environment than something he's probably ever played in. So understandable that he might be dragging a little bit at this point.
209-182 overall match score, about a minute and a half left, not just in his third and final bowl, but of the overall match. .210, 183. Irina looks locked in. I don't know if she's looked up at the scoreboard all day.
I think it's like on the Mount Rushmore, it's Bill Belichick, it might be Phil Jackson, it might be Coach K, and then Falcone might be sneaking into the 4th spot. I've been very impressed with new rules, new players, how well she's handled everything today.
Well, and she's been fired up about this entire league. Georgia Tech alumni, right here, we're not too far away. She was so happy just to be here. She's been excited with this format, and she is showing that excitement. You know, for these coaches, she hasn't been coaching in a long time, so she is fired up. 30 seconds left in this overall duel.
And again, a 1-point difference on doubles. Hey, for my pride as a coach, as a player, I want to win the doubles portion.
Well, and it is 71-71. Let's see who wins this one. And the challenge team wants it. Last point, she goes for the underhand serve. Now it looks like the Atlanta team is going to take the overall doubles portion, but the challenge team, my. 212-186. Our first duel of this Surge weekend at the Intense League has finished. What a match, Jonathan.
Yeah, very impressed by all the players. It's a tricky environment. They all did well. Obviously, Tyler had standout MVPs, but super impressed with the level, love the format, very entertaining.
Here we have some highlights here where, you know, Kevin tried to get things going in this mixed doubles format.
Yeah, he had a great round here in this last bowl. You know, obviously it's a tough pickup right there, but he had a lot of winners that closed the gap late. They definitely played well and finished on a high note. It was just too big of a hole to come back from.
Some good poaching, some good moving early on. It's all about just the beginning. We see that headshot right there. I don't think it was quite on purpose, but you know what? It just unfortunately didn't make too big of a difference. Emma came back strong and held them off. And as we see our last point there of the duel, and we are going to get ready to send it down to Luke Jensen, who is courtside with Irina Falcone-Hartman. Coach, winner, wow.
The Fighting Falcon, how did you take a bunch of misfit toys, challengers, and beat pros?
It's like Toy Story, but tennis version, right? I mean, who doesn't love an underdog? I think the entire team came out to play today, and they really rose up to the challenge, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't lose a point. I'm so proud of myself, but no, they didn't miss a shot, but no, they just did so great, and I just think the biggest thing was communication. We were constantly communicating, and I think that they really felt the energy from the entire team.
Right from the first bolt. I thought from the first bolt you had your team at a level that the other team, the pros, didn't match, and you just kept it going. Talk about the girls, because I thought they did a great job.
I think everybody did just such a great job. I think that from the beginning, they've all had experiences, whether it was in the team aspect or college playing, so they know that energy from the team is so important, and so that's what I tried to instill before anything. I said, I need your energy. Out of everything, I just need your energy from the beginning to the end, and that's what they did.
What does the Intense family mean to you and these kids?
Wow, well, I'm a newbie here, so, I think I'm pretty happy. It means a lot so far, so I just think that they did so great, and I feel like we're already so much closer, even though I just met them today. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Luke. And we're going to have Irina Falcone-Hartman joining us tonight when we have our 7 p.m. match as we take a look at the doubles portion of today. Talent team, it was all about that first start, right? They needed to keep Atlanta at bay. 34-20, Tyler Stice on the move right there with Naoto. Just big start right away. In the women's, Atlanta made a little bit of a push, but it was just too big, too far. And at the end, the mixed doubles, they just, even though they finished that off, it didn't work out. We look at the overall score, 212-186. And you just see the dominance in the singles, 76-63 in the men's, 65-51 in the women's. Just barely. I wonder if, that she just played that point out at the end. They could have, just finished things off, but the underhand serve, have a little fun. Jonathan, what'd you think?
Yeah, great match. Obviously, the challenge team completely deserved it. They dominated with the energy. They dominated with the aggressiveness. If I'm Team Atlanta, I'm looking at a lot of those early missed serves, missed returns, quick errors, and I'm going, would this match have been a little different if we had started off a little better and kept the score closer? Because once there's that score discrepancy, obviously it's easy for people to loosen up and play a little better and play a little more confidently. So I'd be looking at the beginning of that match, the serves, the returns, but all credit to the challenge team. They played great. I absolutely loved the way they competed today.
Absolutely. With Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to see you in a few weeks here, but thank you everybody for watching. We're going to have another match tonight at 7 p.m., so tune in there. Thanks again. What a day.
Tennis is alive. Don't believe the headlines, because the inaugural season of Intense is here, and it's loud, fast, and electric as Let's go! Intense is pro tennis sped up for a new generation of fans with attention spans that aren't exactly what they used to be. Let's go! A 14-second serve clock. No waiting for your opponent to be ready. Serve till you lose a point. And scoring features normal counting. No love, no deuce, just real numbers. Intense means more pace and more action, making matches absolutely relentless. In only 90 minutes, that's all.
Stick together, guys, stick together. All right, focus, focus.
We've got teams from Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, all with 6 players on their roster, 3 men and 3 women, because matches include men's and women's 1v1 in doubles, and we have mixed doubles. Points accumulate across each, so everyone contributes. And to house all of this energy, enter the Intense Arena in Atlanta. With music and lights, quiet isn't really a thing here. You want to stand up and cheer? Bring it whenever you want, however loud you want. Because if players and coaches are going to get into it,
There's no way we're gonna lose this. Give me a freaking break.
why shouldn't fans? That's intense.